Alrighty, we are about to begin. Hell yeah. Okay, let me send out some social media reminders. Here we go. Let's pause this in the background. Try to accomplish this within the 1 minute time span I have. Alright, the Instagram reminder is sent. The Blue Sky reminder is sent. bluesky.com/Dr. Wolfula. And finally, the X reminder is sent. Okay, the Trinity of reminders are all sent. Here we go. Now we can actually get ready to play some Bioshock 2. Hails to the yeah. Hails to the yeah. Alright, let me see if I can get a better view of the chat. There we go. Greetings to you, AJ. Good to have you here early. Greetings, one and all, to everybody who showed up early to hang out with me playing some Bioshock 2. Greetings to you as well, Nicole. Alright, okay, 3, 2, 1. Here we go, let's begin. Greetings, I'm your host, Dr. Wolfula, and welcome to Doc's Game Room, where I live stream horror games for your dangertainment. Tonight, I'll be continuing my Bioshock 2 Remastered Let's Play series here on the channel. If you missed the first part of this Let's Play series, essentially I'm playing as Subject Delta, a big daddy down in Bioshock who is put in charge of protecting a little sister who processes the magical resource, Adam. And essentially, he is forced to commit suicide by his little sister's evil mother, and essentially, 10 years later, Subject Delta is brought back to life by Bridget Tenenbaum through mysterious means that turns out it was just a Vitomatic. Just one of those magic container. I'm using magic. It's pretty much magic. A magic container, it brings back Subject Delta, and he has to find his little sister once more and protect her from her evil mother, Sophia Lamb, the villain of the game. Now, before I begin, I just want to let you guys know I am working on some upcoming vids. The Tuesday vids are going to continue. This Tuesday will be another Scooby-Doosday. So we're gonna spend some time with a 2-million-year-old caveman. And boy, am I glad he's frozen in there and that we're out here and that he's the sheriff and that he's frozen in there. Okay, and I just remembered he's frozen in there. Also, of course, more Crypt Tuesday and Goosebumps Goose-Day. They're on the horizon. Also, I'm going to be returning to the Oakstead Mall to review some more mall-centric horror movies. So I'm going to have a review of Chopping Mall and a review of Phantom of the Mall, Eric's Revenge. But also, this 420, I'm going to seriously have a review of Scooby-Doo, a Triple X parody. So that's something you can look forward to in the future. I'm going to somehow manage to review a pornographic Scooby-Doo film. So, there's like, there's a lot of Scooby-Doo stuff on the horizon. Different kinds of Scooby-Doo stuff. One of them is the cleanest type of YouTube video you could possibly make, and the other one is definitely not going to be that at all. And also, I just want to give a plug to my Patreon, patreon.com/Dr. Wolfula, link in the description if you want to support it. Every Sunday, I have a movie night stream with my Patreon supporters. This Sunday's movie night stream is Wrong Turn 1 and 2. So if you want to support the channel and get a bonus stream every Sunday, click the link in the description if you're interested. Just $5 a month gets you a movie night every week. Now, let's begin, or I should say continue, my Bioshock 2 Let's Play series. Alright, let me get a better look at you guys. Alright, let's begin. Just so you guys know, I'm kind of in the fray right now. So, there's a Big Daddy right there, but he's not a concern. But there's also a Brute Splicer up ahead. I'm gonna want to definitely focus on neutralizing the Brute Splicer. Maybe I could even hack these guys to work for me. Oh, shit. Okay, he almost threw that at me. Let's grab a thing he throws. Or at least try to. I mean, he seems to be really predisposed right now by all this shit coming after him. Come on, camera. Oh, shit, I had a chance to grab that. Wait, don't I have... Okay. I'm, like, completely, like, this is just not a great place to reload. Let's just try to fuck him up the best I can. Okay, that did a decent amount of damage to him. Oh, shit, I almost got him on the camera. Where'd you go, dude? Come back here. Come on, it's like when a spider, like, gets away from you and you're, like, trying to fucking find him. Like, come on, dude, where'd you go? Maybe he's, like, going to heal himself right now. Let's see. Let's find out. Let me actually get a good look at you guys. Okay, alright. Where did... He just, like, left. I guess he was like, okay, he's, like, really fucking me up right now. Alright, here we go. Now I can really do some damage against him. Maybe do some... Come on, dude. Go. Shit. Oh, shit. What happened? Oh, shit. She's got, like, such a great, like, view of me right now to, like, just completely fuck me up. Where did that brute go? Is he still up there? Come on back here, dude. Is he? Okay. Is he still alive? Like, I'm still hearing the scary music, so I'm assuming he's still alive. He's, like, not coming down. Like, come on. Get the fuck down here. Like, oh, I gotta go back up there. God damn it. Alright, I just got a B. Great, dude. Great. All that just for a B. That's pretty much my, schooling summed up. Oh, well, there he is. Yeah, get back here and die. There you go. Alright. Fucking got your medicine. Alright. Brute Splicer neutralized, but now we have to actually continue with our journey. Valve Leonard says, I still remember one of your first Let's Plays, which I think was a crappy Friday the 13th game before the 2017 one. Yeah, there was, now I have a decent computer, but yeah, there was this time when I couldn't even, like, the computer I was using, it couldn't even run, like, Five Nights at Freddy's at an acceptable frame rate. It was just so old. It's like a computer that is at this point 20 years old, but now I have, like, a new computer with, like, fairly modern specs and everything, but yeah, that was a dark age. Alright, let's grab some first aid kits, but yeah, that Friday the 13th fan game, I mean, it was definitely interesting. I mean, it's like a labor of love, making any kind of fan game, you know? It's definitely something I don't want to... I mean, honestly, I remember it being kind of okay for what it was, especially since it's a free thing. That's the other thing about fan stuff, is that, you know, of course it's not going to necessarily be as high quality as, like, a game that was, like, kickstarted, like the official Friday the 13th game, but it's still, like, a labor of love made by fans for free. Not for profit, either. And it's also so shitty when it's like, yeah, we're gonna force you to delist this game you spent a lot of time working on, like, oh god, that you're not making any money off of just because we have, like, another game somewhat like it in the same franchise. Alright.
To draw breath. Ask yourself, Delta, do you deserve to take it from her?
Yeah, Sophia, I fucking deserve to take Eleanor away from you.
Slam right through that pile of junk.
I'm not the big daddy. I'm the daddy that stepped up. Alright. But yeah, okay. So there's a thing that I didn't realize before you could do, or I played this game twice, but I looked at my saves, which I deleted all my old saves to make room for new saves, because this game has limited saves on console. But the last time I played this game was in 2019, all the way through, so that's 6 years at this point. So it has been a while. It's still pretty damn similar to Bioshock 1. But there's lots of things I just forgot you could do. Like, you could do the fucking drill bash thing. Like, super cool. Ah, man, I wanted to get her while she was still in the water. And also, something that isn't necessarily going to help during this stream is... This week, I recently replayed Bioshock Infinite, which is a very different fucking game from this, so it's definitely throwing me off. Like, playing through all of Infinite and then coming back to this game, and it's just a very different kind of shooter. So it's going to definitely be an aspect that's going to be fucking throwing me off this whole stream, where it's like, oh yeah, you know, you can't do that. That's not how... I also play in marksman mode on Infinite, so that's also just a totally different control scheme. So like in marksman mode on Infinite, like when you press down on the B button, for instance, it's crouch, but in this game, it's the melee attack. That shit is going to be... something I'm going to have to, like, get used to again. Okay. Let me see here. Okay, let me catch up with the chat. Scooby-Doo anally incorporated. Yeah, honestly, that's something that's kind of disappointing about modern porn parodies. is that they don't bother to come up with actual, like, pun titles for pornos anymore. They just are like, this ain't Scooby-Doo Triple X or Scooby-Doo a Triple X parody. Where in like in the 80s or 70s or whatever, and then even in the 90s, they'd be like, it'd be like Scooby-Doo Me or some other fucking like pun title like having to do with sex. Like, this is like, we're not gonna bother even trying to be clever. And it suffers for it. It definitely suffers for that. Because, you know, that's something I liked about old porn, is that they tried to make you think. I miss that. I miss, like, jacking off and also, you know, having something to think about, too. Eddie Herta says, the fun titling was the charm. Exactly. It wasn't jacking off to something. It was like, well, that's kind of clever. I like that. All right. Okay. All right, let's get an easy... Okay, let's just get a very fucking easy A rating. There we go. Alrighty. If this was a Japanese game, the highest rating you could get would be S. But I guess S tier is kind of, I don't know, become, I guess, more like a standard that's become a little increasingly in vogue, because now, you know, fans have ranking memes and stuff where they use S tier as the highest tier. It sounds special. It does sound more special, because A is like, you know, it is the first letter, but S, I don't know, that could stand for, like, super. No, you're fucking out of here, bitch. Yeah, get real. Alright. I also like the fact that, this game has a flashlight. First Bioshock does not have a flashlight, and it makes sense for there to be a flashlight because you're playing as a Big Daddy. He's got a dedicated headlamp. But still, it's nice to have, because these games can get kind of dark. Replaying Bioshock Infinite, I did find myself in areas where it's like, like, most of the game is very bright, but some areas are kind of dark, and it's like that also with Cyberpunk 2077 and a lot of shooters, so it's nice to have just like here's a passive flashlight or a headlamp or whatever you can use. It's a bit like, I guess, the headlamp you can have as on a power armor helmet in Fallout 4 and 76. Alright. Oh, wait, is this a... Oh, man, I thought that was the spear gun. I was like, here we go. Azaz says, if they cast Lisa Ann as Velma's hot mom, I'd watch that shit. I mean, in my video on Scooby-Doo, a Triple X parody, I am kind of disappointed by the casting. I'm like, oh yeah, Lisa Ann would make sense, but she's, I guess, maybe a little too old to play Velma. You could maybe age them up where they're, like, all middle-aged or something. But yeah, she would have been, I guess, maybe too old to play Velma as, like, a meddling kid. But yeah, I maybe would have preferred that over, I guess, the chick they actually got, Bobby Starr, I think. I don't know why I'm talking about this part. I'm making a video on it. It's such a fucking insane thing to talk about. But, oh shit. I gotta hack this. It's gonna be a really just crazy video. It's a video I've wanted to make just as a joke for a while. I considered making it an April Fool's joke video for a long time, but I guess it makes more sense as a 420 video. Alright, let's upgrade. Let's see what we got here. Alrighty. Greetings to you, Selena. Welcome to the stream. Okay, so Retro Lover says the script of the CW Powerpuff Mad Dragon Ball Evolution looked like a love letter of Akira Toriyama. At least DBE didn't treat the anime as a TV show. Well, I guess kind of tangentially going into that, they're making like a Bioshock movie or show. It's at least been in development for a long time. Right now it's with Netflix, and I'm kind of afraid they're going to try to adapt. They're going to try to readapt the games, and my hope is that it's more like the Fallout show, where it's like, here's a story that takes place in Rapture, maybe the Civil War, or maybe a story between the games, or after the games, or sometime right before Bioshock 1, something like that, where it can exist alongside the games, because I feel like that's always works so much better, where it's like, yeah, we respect the original canon, and we're going to exist alongside it like a Star Wars thing. All right, rivet gun clip size. I guess that's decent. Machine gun ricochet upgrade. I guess that sounds kind of cool. But at the same time, okay, let's go shotgun clip. Okay, let's. All right, looks like I got. Oh wait. Okay, now I got 6. Damn, got 6 slugs now. Hell yeah. Oh, I guess she got taken out by the fucking turret. It pays to hack. It pays to hack. Okay, 8-hour naps asked, did you watch the new movie Hell of a Summer? Waiting for a video review on it. I guess I should give it a shot. Because it's been a while since I've reviewed a new movie, admittedly. I did, like, the newest movie I've seen this year is just, Death of a Unicorn, and I just thought that movie was okay. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't, I guess I didn't feel like it necessarily lived up to its, premise as well as it could have. So, to the point where it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, a movie is so okay to the point where you're just like, yeah, I don't really have anything all that interesting to say. It was just like, okay, I guess. I don't know. Okay, I think... Okay, no, they're not dead. Alright, now they're dead. It was just like... I'll see, like, some new movies, and I'm like, okay, I'm definitely gonna make a video on them, but they're just, like, okay to the point where there's just nothing really interesting to talk about. I felt that way about, that New Year horror movie that came out called, what was it called? Oh, yeah, Y2K, of course, the Y2K horror movie that came out last year, where it was just, I mean, I thought that movie was kind of shitty, but it had some good stuff, but then, like, once it got to the actual Y2K part, I was like, yeah, they completely, like, fucked it up, like, they completely fucked up what started out as a pretty okay kind of, sort of super bad comedy. Like, once they introduced the thing that made it a horror movie, it was just, like, it just completely fell apart into this disaster where it felt like they just did not give a shit about the actual writing at all. They were just like, let's just make it, like, just this elaborate joke. I'm noticing, like, I think that was an A24 movie. I'm noticing increasingly A24 movies becoming a little bit more jokier and Blumhousey, where I guess before they'd be a little bit more, like, artistic. Now they're like, here's Death of a Unicorn, where Will Poulter snorts a unicorn's horn, where it's just this kind of funny, gimmicky sort of horror movie, where it's like, I don't know, it's not something I think about with A24, but I guess they can make all kinds of movies, though. All right, what do we got here? Okay, we got Newtonic, Freezing Drill. Leave your foes out in the cold with Freezing Drill, self-explanatory. Do I want to replace this with something? Firestorm. Yeah, I guess Firestorm, because... Firestorm, hell of a picture. Firestorm, at least. Because, like, Firestorm, like, is like, oh, yeah, we're incentivizing you getting hurt. Like, that's not something you want to try to have yourself be incentivized to do at all. Like, it's one of those things where you want to try to avoid getting, like, health upgrades and defense upgrades and stuff, because those are just incentivizing you to play a game worse. And that's definitely something I'm, like, guilty of, like, years ago playing games initially, where I'm like, okay, I want to focus on having a huge health bar. Alright, let me see here. Edward says, I watched the most horrific, terrifying movie of all time yesterday. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, 2025. Oh, dear Lord. Horrifying. Alright. Let's continue. Well, at the same time, it's one of those things that's a curse, like, with a game that has, like, a navigation arrow or something that's telling you where to go, because that basically, as someone who does like to explore, it is helpful because it tells me, well, I could check out, like, this alternate area and then find these extra things. I could find out new lore and get some more ammo, but it also has me, like, just kind of, like, not moving forward. I'm like, oh, man, I gotta start using the auto-hack darts. I gotta remember that shit. I'm feeling a little bit more like a Big Daddy now, though. I'm, like, tanking some damage now. I got a lot of ammo. It's a little less scroungy compared to the early levels of the game.
Andrew Ryan told me that in Rapture,
Alright. Okay, I don't know why I ate the sardines. I did not need to eat those at all. Valve asks, is there any reason you prefer single-player games? I mean, in a single-player game, I get to be the hero. And there's, like, a narrative. Like, there could be a narrative in a multiplayer game, I guess, or even just a meta-narrative or something, but it's never as good. It's never as good as, like, a more dedicated, curated experience. Where even, like, I love Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2, but I could never really get into the MMO that much, the Old Republic MMO, because even though they give you, like, this sort of dedicated single-player experience where it's like you get to, like, get the sense that you're a main character or something, it's still just, oh, shit, what's fucking hitting me? Oh, shit! Alright, oh, shit, wrong button. Okay, that thing is, like, fucking slicing me up so bad right now. Dear Lord. Okay. Let's use the auto-hack dart on it. Please tell me I hit it. Okay. Alright, I hit it. Thank God. Dear Lord. Gotta get some more fucking health kit. Edward says, I love zero-player games. I guess we're in agreement here. I love a game that just doesn't have anyone playing it. AKA, Concord. The world's first ever zero-player game. Alright. People are still joking about Concord, right? No, I'm late, but it's still like a thing people joke about, right? Alright. Okay, that guy looks super sketch. Let's get some, footage of him. Okay, I think he was actually in water. Alright, I got an A. Didn't get an A+, though. Oh, fuck! Okay. Okay, this is, I can already tell that this is gonna be bad. Oh, shit! Yeah, that was bad. Fucking die! Oh, okay. Alright. Really, touch and go back there. I definitely need some health. But I also especially need a health kit. Alright. Let me see here. Alex Lemon says, greetings, Doc. Longtime fan. First time I watched you was the 70s King Kong sequel review. Keep up the good work. Apparently that video is just not available anymore. Super sorry about that. I am meaning to at least make a new video about it at least. Okay, here we go. So keep an eye out for that, because I started covering the King Kong and Godzilla movies, so I've been working my way up to getting back into that. Okay, I need to remember. Getting back into that, so keep an eye out. I do want to revisit King Kong Lives, the 80s sequel. Which I technically already did a video on, but that video's fucking... I mean, if the video was still made available by YouTube, which unfortunately it's not, apparently, from what I heard. Even if it was still available, that video's like fucking 11 years old. It's so fucking old at this point. But at the same time, I do feel iffy about revisiting movies because some people complain about that. Like, I got so many complaints revisiting the Halloween series, but at the same time, I'll get people asking me to revisit the Friday the 13th series. So it's definitely a, one of those things where you really can't please everybody. Because I am interested in revisiting Friday the 13th and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre series, but definitely something, need to find the right timing for, where it'll make sense, and, as few people as possible will get upset. Oh, shit. Yeah, let's use another auto-hack dart. Might as well. Okay, let's see here. Oh, shit! Okay, I should not be looking at the chat. Fucking die. Stay dead, lady. Alright. Auto-hack dart time. On my side now. Okay, here we go. Okay. Alright. Yeah, we're good. Okay, so Anthony F. asks, I'm thinking of picking up the first 8 Friday the 13th movies for $20. Haven't seen them. Yeah, for $20, I'm pretty sure you're probably talking about a DVD set. Yeah, it's definitely worth it. I think I remember, like, I got, like, the Crystal Lake to Manhattan set, that first, like, collection they did. And, I was definitely pleased with that set, and I feel like, I'm pretty sure, like, every set since has, like, carried over the bonus features. So you'll still be getting everything, but I remember that set being, like, $40 or something, or maybe even more, like, $50 back in, like, 2004. Like, dear Lord, now you could get, like, a lot of these movies a lot more conveniently, though, you know, not necessarily as good packaging. But then again, I think now because, like, that Crystal Lake to Manhattan box set, every movie, like, I think, like, all the movies are, like, they put each movie, like, they put 2 movies a disc, is what I'm trying to say. So it's like you get 5 discs with, like, 2 movies on each, and then the bonus features disc, which not necessarily what you necessarily want. Keen Observer increases research bonuses, allowing you to progress later faster at research. No, wait, did I think I might have equipped it. Oh well. Kind of a boring tonic. I mean, probably a useful tonic, but I don't know, it sounds kind of boring to me. Oh, Nicole says I missed your super chat. Oh, shit. All right, let me catch up on the chat. Okay. Nicole says, getting tipsy with my favorite YouTuber. Oh, man. Getting wasted. More like it, probably. Getting wasted. Thanks for the super chat, Nicole. All right, here we go. Okay. Here's some mandatory lore.
To my name, Eleanor. Baby, where are you? I turned my back and someone took you. It happened so quick. I'm not even.
Eleanor is kind of counterpart. Oh wait, not Eleanor. I mean, Grace Holloway is a counterpart to Delta in some ways, but at the same time, even though she's like
Always been loyal.
good as opposed to Sophia Lamb, she still like looks at Delta as like an abomination. But you can, you know, through the story, you can at least have her like reappraise you, or you know, you could totally like pretty much justify her her impression of you. All right, what am I supposed to do in this room? I feel like there's probably like there's a secret chamber in here, isn't there? Yeah, let me see here. Let's see what it says. Okay, let's see. Find Grace doesn't seem to be in her apartment, but she must be somewhere. Look around her room to find a clue. Okay, I think I needed to pay attention to that fucking, the poster of Dr. Lamb in my room. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Oh, there it is. All right.
Turned my back and someone.
Hell yeah. Didn't take fucking forever to figure that out. All right, sweet. That's always good. All right. Hey, Grace. How you doing?
I know what you're here for.
She's got kind of a cozy pad here.
I won't have you touching me. Dr. Lamb trusted me to care for her child. And I tried.
Oh, wait. Looks like King of the Fat maybe said something?
I see her walking with you. Looking wrong.
King of the Fat says, please don't ignore my chats. I don't want to waste money on super chats. Well, the issue is I am playing a game, so I'm not going to see everybody in the chat. I'm sorry, sir.
So I'm ready, baby.
But I will keep an eye out. Okay, well, what's another thing King of the Fat said? Let's see. I have to hail to the King of the Fat. Okay, King of the Fat asks, Dr. Wolfula, what do you want... What do you want in a Metroid ride/attraction to be like if they decide to add another Nintendo franchise in Super Nintendo World at Epic Universe? Okay, so a Metroid ride. I mean, I guess what you would want is, I guess it would be cool if they could figure out a way to, I guess maybe you could, it could be just one of those kind of Men in Black or Buzz Lightyear Astro Blasters things where you're in a pod, but it could be like, so they could have some kind of Nintendo twist where it kind of makes you more immersed in it. But yeah, you're in like a pod and you're like shooting, you're shooting enemies and Metroids, and you're helping Samus through the through her mission or something like that. She's like, what are you guys doing here? Well, I guess you guys have to help me, like that fucking cliche video over like that cliche audience interaction trope that rides have.
Grace is unarmed for what it's worth.
Sinclair's like, fucking kill her. Fucking kill her. There isn't, as far as I know, there's no positive or negative to killing Grace. It is just, do you want to be evil? Do you want to be good? It's up to you.
To hell with you then. Come on.
It seemed like she wanted me to kill her, though. She's like, "What, you didn't kill me?
Maybe next time she'll
You fucking piece of shit."
fingers before all the facts are in. Now, let's be on our way. Eleanor's waiting.
Emperor Caleb Teen has a super chat. Thank you. Hey, Doc, just got here. Thoughts on Switch 2, Mario Kart World, and DK Bonanza? I'm a DK super fan, so I just want to see King K. Rool in both games. Okay, so as far as the Switch 2, it's an interesting new console from Nintendo because it is just
Got to be wrong about
the Switch 1, but more powerful. It has, like, some more hardware things where the Joy-Cons
I can't
connect in a different way that,
and improve your arm.
is probably, it's probably just, like, they connect through magnets instead of, like, sliding it down a rail. There's stuff like that, and there's, like,
I'm afraid this
you have the option to have some kind of shitty version of Discord where you can live stream your games with people watching. So you could be, like, playing a totally different game, but folks can just, like, watch you play that game while they're playing a totally different game. So, there's, like, some interesting additions. Like, it's also got NVIDIA technology to it where it'll have some kind of rudimentary DLSS where, essentially it will just kind of, upscale things where it'll probably be running a game like, I guess in handheld mode, like, in 480p and just upscale it to, like, fucking 4K. Well, I guess not 1080p in handheld mode, I suppose. So it's got, like, interesting, like, solutions to a lack of power where it'll be, like, running games in much lower resolutions and upscaling them to try to, I guess, like, keep up with current technology. So it's not a very exciting new Nintendo system, but it's at least, like, keeping the Nintendo Switch, like, brand, I guess, relevant with new games where there isn't this sense of, well, they, the Switch 1 could run Doom with some compromises, but it could still run Doom 2016 and even Eternal with some compromises, so there's that. But now, theoretically, for instance, I think Final Fantasy VII Remake is launching on the Switch 2 with the PS5 enhancements and the PS5 DLC and everything, so that's going to be launching. So theoretically, Final Fantasy Rebirth, the sequel, which is exclusively PS5 and PC, theoretically, yeah, that will also run on the Switch 2, like, through some compromises. It seems like also, let me think about it. It seems like Cyberpunk 2077 with its Phantom Liberty DLC, which didn't even come out on last-gen systems, that's going to be launching on Switch 2 as well. So there's definitely this interesting thing where there's some potential for the Switch 2 to be like a real competitor with something like the PS5 or Xbox Series S at least, where it can stand up to other modern game systems while being handheld. It seems like, from what I can understand, the Switch 2, despite it doesn't have an OLED display, which is super disappointing. It's something Nintendo's going to definitely charge people later for, the OLED display. I have an OLED Switch. I upgraded from the regular LED Switch, and the display's great. From what I've seen, the LED Switch 2 display is still really good, and it's 120 hertz, so that's also very promising. So there's aspects of the Switch 2 that are definitely compromises, where it's not like a perfect thing, but it's also, I guess it's also going to be affected by tariffs, because it was supposed to be available for pre-order, but now it's not going to be. Who knows when it'll be available, and it'll might increase in price. The price isn't great. Mario Kart World looks cool. I'm definitely, if I get a Switch 2 anytime soon, it's going to be one of the games I get. I love Mario Kart. I love the Mario series in general as well. It looks like an interesting twist on Mario Kart where, at the same time, I'm like, it has an open world approach where you can, like, free roam in the courses, which is interesting. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm afraid it's, like, not gonna, that's gonna just be, like, there just to be there. Like, I'm afraid it's not gonna be this, satisfying thing where they'll have, like, missions and stuff you can do in the courses. It'll just be, like, because, like, you know, I sometimes play courses in earlier Mario Kart games. I'd play courses in time trial mode and just ignore the timer and just, like, explore the courses. So I'm afraid it'll be like that, just without a timer. But it looks interesting. It looks like it's also very quirky. With DK Bonanza, it looks like a fun game. It looks like definitely in the mold of Super Mario Odyssey, which is a game I loved. At the same time, I have seen people, like, praise it for having a new design for Donkey Kong, but at the same time, I feel like people are, like, overdoing it, saying Donkey Kong has a new design, because it is functionally the same design. He's just more expressive. It's like a new art style, which all the Mario characters have now adopted. He's just the most obvious departure design-wise compared to the other characters, just because he's so much more expressive, because, you know, the original Rare design was, like, used religiously for so many years, and he's kind of, his face is kind of trapped in, like, a 90s limited expression where he's just always kind of, like, looking mad. But now he can look mad or happy or have any emotions. It's just they kind of loosened up his design and, you know, just depict him in a different art style. So I feel like, I don't know, I guess it also is one of those things where people don't really, like, people who aren't really necessarily artists or something, just not really understanding the difference between animation quality, art styles, designs, like, all these things. They kind of use these sort of artistic phrases kind of interchangeably without really fully understanding what they're saying. So there's that. But I will say the new art style is great, and it works really well for Donkey Kong, but I don't necessarily consider it a redesign. It's the same basic. He's still a fucking gorilla with a necktie that says DK on it. Like, he's just like, he can, like, move his eyes and mouth more. But anyway, I guess that's just a rundown of all those Nintendo Switch things. Let me catch up with the other Super Chats real quick before I move on to the next level. Siren Alley. What are your thoughts of the Scooby-Doo show by My Video Maker? Thank you for the Super Chat. So, okay, for a second I thought you were maybe talking about... You might be talking about the 70s Scooby-Doo show, which was the show that came out right after the new Scooby-Doo movies. I believe it's the third Scooby-Doo series. Some episodes were included with Scooby-Doo Where Are You in syndication and called, like, the third season. Those episodes, if you're talking about that, those episodes are solid. They're not great, but they're kind of like just sort of just a classic by-the-book formula Scooby-Doo thing, but with, like, worse animation than the original series and kind of weaker, like, just weaker overall villains and stuff. But it's a solid Scooby show, just not anything remarkable. But if you're talking about the Netflix show, the live-action one that's coming out, I got a bad feeling about it. I feel like they're gonna maybe, because, like, it'll probably be better than Velma, but that's a low bar. Some people are like, I'm hoping it's at least better than Velma, but that's such a low bar. I'm just kind of afraid it'll be like something like Wednesday, because, like, people love Wednesday, but it just doesn't appeal to me as someone who likes the Addams Family, because it's like a teen sort of show that's, like, got mystery elements. It's kind of like hitting check boxes that people like, but that don't necessarily buzz me as an Addams Family fan, where, you know, I guess I'm not all that into Wednesday on her own. I'm afraid it'll be like something like that, where it'll be like, just, it'll try to be too dark, and there'll be, like, characters getting killed. It'll be, because apparently there's a murder, like, there's murders in this live-action Scooby-Doo show, and I don't really want an official Scooby-Doo thing to be dark and gritty. I'm afraid of that stuff. I feel like you could easily make a like something that's like riffing on the Scooby-Doo, like the Scooby-Doo genre of cartoons, but be an original thing and do something dark with it. So I'm iffy about it. I'm hoping for the best, though. All right. Another super chat from Nicole L. Hubby said Switch 2 will flop like Wii U. I got a feeling that that might be possible because like with the Wii, I mean the Wii U had definitely had certain issues that were unique to it compared to the Switch 2, but it could definitely, like, people could just be like, I'm just happy with my Switch 1. I don't really care about I don't know, like, I'm happy with, I guess when the new games come along, when, like, there's a new Animal Crossing, that'll definitely change. I guess they're starting out with, like, their big gun as far as, like, Mario Kart, where this is, like, I think the game that sells the best out of all their games, Mario Kart, so they're starting out with that. The game, because, like, everybody who got I got a Wii U, and I definitely got Mario Kart 8. Everybody who gets almost everybody who buys a Nintendo console buys the Mario Kart on it. So that'll definitely be a big gauge of how successful Switch 2 will be if the Mario Kart game sells really well. Jessica Dwyer is a super chat. Thank you so much, Jessica. Hey, Doc, highly recommend the Steam Deck. I love mine. Oh, I have a Steam Deck, so you don't have to worry about that. But your question is, are you going to Vegas for the year-round Universal Halloween Horror Nights? I guess since it's year-round, I'm kind of flexible on that, but I am interested in that. I've never been to Vegas, so it'd be funny if I went to Vegas and I just did that. I didn't do any gambling or anything. I just went into the Universal Halloween Horror Nights thing and spent some time in a hotel and then just went home. That'd be good. Yeah, I think that'd be nice. Retro Lover has a super chat. Okay, they're scripts of other Dark Universe films. Okay, well, let me see. Okay, there were multiple scripts of other Dark Universe films. Yeah, I am oh, wait. Retro Lover says the Dark Universe is back. Okay, I haven't heard about that. I guess I'll have to look into that if it's true. I'm assuming that, when they were making The Mummy, they had... Now I'm finally moving on to the next level. When they were making The Mummy, the Tom Cruise one, they were trying to tee up, the next entries, because they had Depp, Javier Bardem, and some other, potential stars for their Dark Universe films. They had them lined up. So I'm assuming they were developing scripts for their films in advance. Maybe they didn't go to a full scripting phase. Maybe they were still in the story meeting phase or something. Or maybe they had some earlier drafts, but they hadn't finalized anything. I'm assuming that'd be the case. I don't know if those scripts have ever leaked or anything. But I guess I'd be interested in seeing if they're going to give it another shot. Because they are making the Dark Universe... Well, they're not just making it. They made the Dark Universe area at Epic Universe, which is really cool. I'm kind of hoping if they bring back the Dark Universe, it's stylized after the theme park area, because it's kind of where it's like, it's like a sequel to the original Universal monster movies. It takes place in their universe. That's an interesting idea. But then you also, you have this. You kind of jump ahead and you have these new iterations of the familiar Universal Monsters characters. Like, you have you have Victoria Frankenstein now instead of Victor. Well, I guess in the Universal Monsters it was Henry Frankenstein and his friend was named Victor. So you have that distinction, which I like. Honestly, I like Henry Frankenstein better than Victor. I don't think anybody else has used Henry besides the Universal version, but I like the name Henry better for Frankenstein.
Yet you cling to life.
I don't know.
Congratulations. Today.
You can also call him Hank Frankenstein. You call him Hankenstein, actually. Not JPEG ass. From Dusk Till Dawn TV show. Thumbs up or thumbs down. I haven't seen the show. I love the first movie. I think I saw some of, they'd show, the sequels all the time on Sci-Fi Channel, but I haven't seen those in a long time. I guess I haven't seen any of the From Dusk Till Dawn stuff in a very long time, though, even though I love the first movie. That was definitely Robert Rodriguez giving his buddy Tarantino doing him a favor, like basically letting him fucking like I think he was licking or smelling smelling some feet in that movie, I think. Definitely, can you do me a favor? Can you write me fucking smelling some feet? All right. That's what I'm all about. I mean, it's one of those things where Tarantino's been asked about that, the feet thing, and he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. I have no clue. Like, he fucking plays dumb. Like, we don't know he's into feet. It's, like, insane. Okay, so this is introducing a new brand of Big Daddy. That's gonna be a little bit of a pain in the ass to take out. I could maybe take out that Big Daddy now. I'm decently equipped, but at the same time, I kind of want to prepare for it, because that's the... What kind of Big Daddy is it? Let me see. I don't know. Someone in the chat will probably tell me what Big Daddy it is. I don't... Because there's... I think maybe it's a Rumbler. I think that's what it's called, a Rumbler. Because there's the Bouncer, and then there's the Rosie. I think that one's called the Rumbler. Oh, hey, it's that guy. Let's record him. But yeah, I guess going back to Jessica's super chat, if you don't have a Steam Deck, and you're kind of iffy about what you've seen with the Switch 2, I would recommend getting a Steam Deck. It's about the same price as a Switch 2. And you can get it now. You don't have to wait and see when it's going to come out. You don't have to wait and see when it's, like, available. I guess especially get it if you don't really care that much about Nintendo games. I mean, you can also potentially emulate... I mean, of course, you can emulate all the, up to, like, the Wii... Like, some people emulate Wii U games on the Steam Deck, and I feel like it's just not worth it. It's just... It can run them, but, like, I feel like people really exaggerate what the Steam Deck's capable of. It's definitely a powerful handheld, but it's not... Can't fucking perform miracles or anything. It can run some great stuff, but some people will be like, oh yeah, this new game, like this totally new game designed specifically for the PS5, it can run on the Steam Deck totally fine. It'll run at like 15 frames per second, which I guess is acceptable for some people, but yeah, I don't know. It's not ideal for me, at least. Alright, but it can run like a game like this, Bioshock 2 Remastered, for instance. Like, the Steam Deck can run this at 60 FPS, which the Switch 1 cannot do. It can only run, at least I think the Switch 1, because I also have this on the Switch 1, and I think all the Bioshock games on Switch 1 are locked at 30 FPS, I believe. But I might be wrong. Maybe at least Bioshock 1 might be, well, not unlocked, but... locked at 60 FPS instead, maybe? Alright. Well, okay, actually, I realize I have not been saving this whole time. I've just been in autosaves. Anthony F. says, sales tax is gonna make my Steam Deck OLED cost $600. Yeah, that's fucking rough. I have the LED model of Steam Deck. I got it. I was, like, one of those people, like, because initially, to ward off scalpers with the Steam Deck, initially... Valve had this thing where you basically pay $5 to pre-order the Steam Deck. You put money forward, so there isn't going to be a bunch of bots just like spamming orders of the Steam Deck. You actually have to put some money forward. So that was nice. It made it so I could get the Steam Deck in I think the third wave. I got it in, I think, August or July of 2022. So I got it. I wasn't the super early people for the Steam Deck, but I got it pretty damn early. I pre-ordered it a day after pre-orders first opened, because I was still a little like, maybe, I don't know, this is going to be expensive. Maybe I won't be able to afford it. Who knows? But it worked out, I guess, in the long run. Alright. I guess I should maybe fight this guy. Let's, actually, how many... Okay, there's 3 little sisters this time. Okay. Let's maybe make sure that this guy's out of the way first. Fuck off, dude. There you go. Not JPEG ass Black Phone 2. Answer or let it ring. I like the first Black Phone enough to see. I mean, well, I like the first Black Phone a lot, but I never bothered to review it. It was, I guess, one of those movies where I was like, I guess I didn't feel super strongly about it. I did think it was a really good movie, but I guess I just didn't really have super strong feelings for it. I do kind of wonder, like, what a sequel would be. It's made by the same people, of course, so there is that. But I am just kind of like, well, what are they gonna fucking do with it? Like, what's the next iteration of this? All right, okay. All right, okay. We're doing decently. I think there's... Okay, yeah, we're like under. Oh, shit, okay, hell yeah, okay, we're doing decent. Oh, shit, okay. I do like the brief invincibility frames you get in this game. When you're about to die, but not quite dead, you get at least a moment to heal. Oh, shit, okay. Like that? Oh, damn, okay. Alright, that was rough. It is one of those things where Big Daddy isn't that difficult, necessarily, but it is one of those things where you need to have a decent amount of resources, and you need to basically have, like, a kitchen sink approach to taking on a Big Daddy, where you're gonna be, like, willing to use whatever you have to take this thing down, willing to sacrifice as many resources as possible. Alright. Because, otherwise, you're gonna maybe have a tough time. Not JPEG asks, could Tourist Trap be considered a cult classic? Yeah, for sure. I mean, I agree that it's a cult classic.
Mother of mercy, I think that was Simon Wales.
It's not a movie that's, super well known. It's very niche.
Rapture's architect.
If you haven't seen it's also a weird concept, too, where it's about,
He's got a kind of church.
it's basically about this...
Expect a
They got this old cowboy actor to play this guy who runs, like, the titular tourist trap of the movie. And essentially, he's psychic and also crazy. I guess I don't want to spoil too much else about it, but it's definitely an interesting concept. It's something that, I don't know, like, it's really ahead of its time. It's also really creepy, but it's also rated PG. It is kind of gnarly for what it is. Like, it's rated PG, but it's still, like, I don't know, they do get away with some, like, crazy, Oh, yeah, I got plenty of money. Okay, I'm gonna buy another, because I gotta do some harvesting. Alright. They do get away with some kind of crazy levels of violence for PG, but that was, you know, before PG-13, so, you know. The situation where they're like, well, it's not quite R-rated level, so I guess we can't give it an R. Alright, I want to find out how to get in that room, but... I guess it's neither here nor there. Oh, wait, oh, yeah, it's this simple. Alright, I think this is the way in. Pretty sure. Heavy rivet. Let's use some heavy rivets. Yeah, there we go. But, yeah, if you haven't seen Tourist Trap, definitely... I mean, I've been meaning to... I think, actually, this October, I think I'm gonna maybe review Tourist Trap, because I think it'll fit in with the, this year's theme for October, which will be Octoberland, a theme park theming. And that movie's got, like, it's got animatronics and stuff. It's not, like, about a theme park, but it's like a tourist trap where it's got, like, sort of like some animatronic stuff that's kind of like, you know, sort of like the kind of things you'd see at, like, a Disneyland. Alright, storing gene bank for now. Okay. I'm not gonna hurt her, dude. I am not gonna hurt this little sister. It's not gonna happen. You're more likely to hurt her than I am. I got this under control. Okay, I gotta hack this. Let me look around, make sure I got everything. Because I think I'm gonna get shaken down a little bit. Alright, here we go. Alrighty. Okay, let's go back to that corpse and harvest it for its precious resources. I can't wait until, like, the future where we actually do this, where you'll just be, like, you know, walking down the street and you'll just see, like, a little child harvesting the genetic material from a corpse just lying around. Like, I'm really looking forward to that. That's, like, it's definitely something that's gonna come to pass, for sure. It's just a matter of time. Because Rapture didn't start out with this stuff right away. It took a little while, so I'm looking forward to this stuff finally kind of emerging in our world. Because we don't have this stuff right away either, but we're working our way to it. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, I got mini turrets now. Okay, definitely want that. I want to switch this. I want to switch this. Okay, let's do some save scumming. Just in case things go poorly. Zachary and the Raboot Squad asked, Doc, have you seen the trailer for Five Nights at Freddy's 2? I haven't, because admittedly, I guess I don't really, I mean, I don't know, I don't feel strongly about the series, and I didn't like the movie, so I'm kind of trying to focus more on stuff in my wheelhouse, because I realize it's probably not for me. I might see the movie and make a video on it, but I don't want to, like, rain on people's parades, like, they're super excited about it. I want to be like, I don't know, this, like, I want to just kind of stay in my own wheelhouse, I guess, comment on things I'm more, better equipped to, cover. I should probably be using other plasmids besides this. Get on fire! Like, come on, you're right there. Get on fire. I guess, honestly, all you really need, though, is Electro Bolt. I guess well, I don't want to, I might use the mini turret, but I don't want to waste it. Okay, I might want to also... Okay, there we go. Man, they're bringing out the big guns right now. How are you not blowing up? Come on. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, I just got a B. Worst feeling in the world, getting a B. Okay, maybe I might want to have the mini turret now. Okay. Oh, shit. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Yeah, that hurt. Okay, maybe I might want to have some of this. Okay, I think we're... Oh, shit. I was like, I think we're good, but no. Still a ways to go before we get to actually good mode. Okay, are you done? Good. Finally. Oh, wait, no, you're not quite done. And that's all she wrote. All right. Good job. I could harvest her, but I don't want to. I need to take care... I'm a big daddy now. I need to actually take care of my flock. I can't just, like, fucking take advantage of them in such a way. Like, I actually have to protect now. Jack was not a big daddy, so of course I harvested every little sister, but now I have responsibility. I'm a big daddy now. All right, okay. Let's get another gathering done and move on to the next objective. I wish I had the bees right now. I think in this level you get bees. I think those finally become available, so gotta keep an eye out for Gatherer's Gardens once I finish my gathering here. Oh wait, okay, there's a gather. Okay, let's see what I can get. Please be bees. Because that would be the bee's knees. Okay, yeah, there's insect swarm. It's bees. It's not just any insects, it's fucking bees. Okay, I'll need to find a circus of values first. So let's find that. Alright, let's grab a couple extra health kits. Let's heal. I've just been, like, using the, pausing in here and using the B to use first aid kit now when there is a dedicated button for that with the D-pad. I just have not been doing that because I like to play it safe. Because that's something I do like about going into this menu is it just gives you a moment to breathe where you're kind of overwhelmed, but you have a moment to be like, okay, I should heal here, or maybe I should switch to another weapon, or what have you. I definitely appreciate that. Like, it's definitely not exactly Dark Souls, but I do like that. I don't know, I like it. Like having that little breather. Okay, all right, let's prepare for the next onslaught, and maybe also save. My video maker asked, do you have an FYE in your mall. I do. But their used Blu-rays and DVDs are always just kind of overpriced. So it's cool to like see like physical media available, but it's just way too damn expensive. I guess it's just like, all right, we're barely surviving, so we have to kind of take advantage of the customers who are gonna bother to pay like $30 for like a used DVD or whatever. We got to do something to try to survive. But I guess a kind of sleazy tactic the last time I paid money towards the beginning of the pandemic at a FYE, I signed up for a membership with them, but it came with the magazine subscription, which I paid for. Like, I guess they used my information I used to pay for my DVDs to, like, sign me up to buy magazines, which I had to, like, call to fucking cancel. Like, it sucks. Where it's like, I want to buy, like, physical media and shit, but it's just, like, I get scammed in the process. Like, it sucks. But, I guess if that's what I have to do, though, to buy a DVD, I guess I'll do what I gotta do, I suppose. Alrighty. Okay, this is not looking good so far. When am I gonna get the next upgrade to my research? Where are you? Where's that guy? Oh, there. Okay, there. I'm sorry, it was a gal. I need to reappraise my biases. I do like the equal opportunity aspect of splicers. They're either male or female. They could have easily... then they're also, like... There's kind of, like, there's male and female equivalents of the same class. Like, I appreciate that. They could have easily been, like... I guess with brutes, it's always a dude, though. They need to have some, like, lady brutes. Some, like, lady... Like, but they look like Lady D from Resident Evil. Like, just... Fucking big titties. Alright. Need more hot splicers. I don't know what they're thinking with some of these ugly-ass splicers. Some of these splicers need to be hot. Alright. Okay, so now I just gotta take her to the vent, and now we can actually leave this central atrium. Okay. Rescue time! Anthony F. says, or like when everything goes in slow-mo like Doom. Oh, yeah, I do appreciate when, Doom 2016 is another game I'm intending to stream at some point here. It's a game I really like. But I do like, you know, even when it's just like, well, you can... Okay, I guess that little sister sent me a little gift, actually. Oh, yeah, sweet, I got a teddy bear. So, I do like the fact that those little sisters were clipping through each other, but I do like in Doom when you use the weapon wheel, it at least slows down time, where, you know, it's a single-player game. It's not worried about, like, well, oh, man, we can't make it too easy on you. It's like a single-player. Who gives a shit about this making things easier? Who cares? Proud parents. Your adopted little sister gathers slightly more Adam. Okay, yeah. That's definitely something I'm going to want to prioritize having. Because I basically maximize my Atom output. Alright, Sports Boost. I want to keep that because Delta is already slow as shit. Even with Sports Boost, he's already super fucking slow. Freezing Drill, I could maybe... I don't use the drill that much. I should use it more, but I don't use it. Alright, let's save before I make my choices. Arthur's Joke asks, you gonna do the story DLC? Yeah, the Minerva's Den, I probably will. Because, like, I've been kind of approaching these streams, because, like, I'd be like, okay, this is part one of a stream, but then I'd be like, I'm actually not that interested in continuing it. So I've been kind of just not bothering to put part one at the start of, like, a stream of a game series, just to leave it open whether or not I make more parts. So it's still kind of open, up in the air. I admittedly don't complete a lot of the games I stream, but I have completed the Arkham games and the first Bioshock. So there's a decent chance I'll complete this game and Then complete Minerva's Den. Okay, I want bees. Let's get bees. I gotta get the bees. Not the bees! Oh, okay. Telekinesis. Keep it. Incinerate. Yeah, let's overwrite Incinerate with bees. Bee powers.
Laugh as they seek out hidden enemies.
Not JPEG ass. Films that should have never been made. Son of the Mask or 2025 Snow White. I mean, yeah, they're both not necessary movies. I haven't seen Snow White 2025, but I'm not really interested in it. Son of the Mask is just such a bad movie. Like, I don't know. It's one of those things where I do like the first Mask, but I'm like, like, the Mask comics are kind of cool because they're horror. They're pretty much horror stories where the Mask is this violent maniac criminal instead of a hero. Where I would have liked, because they couldn't bring back Jim Carrey, and ultimately, Jamie Kennedy is no Jim Carrey. But it's just, I would have liked maybe to explore more the superhero aspect of the Mask. If he's not going to be like a villainous anti-hero or just villain in general, if he's not going to be like that, I would have liked to see that explored more with a sequel where it's just focused. Because I would have even like settled on, oh, it's Jamie Kennedy has the Mask now, and he's like fighting crimes and stuff. And it's just this dopey plot where it's this little baby gets the mask for most of the movie, and it's like fucking Baby's Day Out with a mask, and it's just like lame. It's the fucking lamest thing imaginable. Because it's something I liked. I liked the Mask in the first Mask movie, but we kind of don't get enough of it for my taste, and it's also gets the romantic aspect of the plot overshadows the Mask aspect of the plot, where it's ultimately just Jim Carrey getting with Cameron Diaz, where, he's got his priorities straight there for sure. But, man, just would have liked more Mask. I guess I could get another plasmid slot, but I think I'm okay for now. I think health is fine, because it's, like, just such an incremental thing. Gene tonic slot, yeah, that... Oh, wait, okay, I should have selected something else for gene tonic slot. Gene tonic slots are pretty damn good. They're basically the equivalent of skills or perks, like especially perks from the Fallout series. Incinerate 2, hypnotize, causes enemies to become hypnotized and attack anyone nearby. Okay, so that's much more of a powerful version of hypnotize Big Daddy. I guess that could come in handy as an option, but at the same time, I kind of want to leave my options open for now. Stronger telekinesis allows you to throw harder for more damage. I guess that could come in handy. I mean, electric flesh. Yeah, let's look through these gene tonics. Maybe something catches my eye. Okay, you can carry one more. Okay, yeah, that's decent. An extra first aid kit, that makes a difference. Security evasion. Walking Inferno. Let's see. Cameras and turrets take it. I can deal with that. Easy hack. Don't want to necessarily make things easier. I want to work smarter, not easier. Careful hacker, drill lurker. I could do stealth, but I don't really want to do... Stealth takes a level of concentration during a live stream I just don't want to deal with. Yeah, I guess, let's do plasmid slot. Let's just, whatever, yeah, incinerate, whatever. And I guess upgrade. How much is the telekinesis? Okay, I can't even afford, alright, let's leave the door open for now. Got 80 Adam to work with. Alright, let's move on with the story, but he's about to get a little sister, so I could keep farming little oh, what is shooting me right now? Dear Lord. Oh, fuck. Kiss my ass, dude. Enjoy bees. Piece of shit. Bye. See you later. I just want to make sure I'm not getting my ass kicked by a Big Daddy right now.
Like this. She's accelerating my treatments. Don't give up on me.
Okay, so not JPEG ass. Can you pick a winner in a Conan the Barbarian and Judge Dredd versus Michael Myers and Leatherface? I mean, probably Conan the Barbarian and Judge Dredd beat Michael Myers and Leatherface. I mean, that feels like That feels like a movie, not a movie. That feels like a comic they would have made in the 90s. Security command, retarget cameras, bots, and turrets at your whim. No thanks. It's there. It's there if I need it. Okay. Oh, I guess it could have come in handy here. Because that guy, I guess, is... Is there a camera in here? Oh, well, whatever. All right. All right, sweet. Okay, so there is a camera nearby. I just don't know where... Oh, there it is. All right. Oh, my God. All right. Die, dude. Oh, my God. You fucking waste so much ammo just trying to kill one guy. All right. Isn't that how it's got to be, though? Isn't that how it's got to be? All right. All right, sweet. Okay, hacked. We're ready to go. See, I don't need a plasmid for that. I could just do it myself. All right, let's... Speaking of which, let's hack this. Okay, sweet. Got a free thing. All right, okay. Anthony F. says Leatherface is just a human. I mean, Michael Myers, I guess you could use different versions of Michael Myers where he's much more supernatural, where you could... But there's never been, like, a version of Leatherface that hasn't been just a human. They've done, like, lots of crazy, questionable things with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre series, but I guess, thankfully, they've never been, like, let's do a supernatural twist. I guess the closest to that, though, is Next Generation. I guess they kind of did that. Where... Oh, she's right behind me, isn't she? Yeah. Dear Lord. Alright, well, she got fucked up by my turrets, at least. Okay. The closest we've come to a supernatural Leatherface, I guess, is Next Generation, where they introduced the Illuminati twist. Maybe there's some other fucking aspect to it that's kind of supernatural. I don't know. Thankfully, though, they've never been like, yeah, Leatherface is, the son of the devil or something, like, fucking nuts. Alright. The devil came inside Leatherface's mom, and that's how Leatherface came to be. Alright, okay, well, I guess that Eve Hypo's there for me when I need it. Alright. Howdy to you, Captain Man. Welcome to the stream. Not JPEG asks, anyone heard of the Freddy Krueger might be a Cenobite theory? Yeah, I mean, there's theories about everything. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know, like, I feel like there's a difference between a theory and an interpretation of something where, yeah, you could, like, choose to interpret Freddy as a Cenobite, but that is, like, Freddy was created before... before Hellraiser came out. Maybe the Clive Barker novella came out earlier, maybe, but, like, that's definitely not something that was on Wes Craven's mind, where it's like, yes, another horror creator named Clive Barker will come up with Cenobites, and, oh, wait, reactivate, there we go. Wake up. He'll create Cenobites, and, my current creation, Freddy, will, be one of those Cenobites, canonically. Thankfully, I mean, that's, but you can't choose to interpret that. It's one of those things where also, you know, unfortunately, Adam Marcus chose to interpret Jason Voorhees as a Deadite from Evil Dead. So, you know, you could also come along and make, like, an official thing and be like, yeah, it's canon now, I guess. They don't explicitly say he's a Deadite, though, thankfully. It's just the interpretation of one man involved. Well, I guess not just involved, but one man who directed and wrote one of the Friday the 13th movies. He decided, yeah, he's a Deadite. You could do that, but you could choose to not interpret it that way and just be like, yeah, no, that's stupid. I'm not, especially since they don't say it explicitly. Like, that's the great thing. You can choose to ignore an interpretation, even if it's from, like, the actual creator of a thing. You could choose to ignore it and reject it. That's also great. All right. One video game dude says Bioshock visually better than most games today. Wild. I mean, it all comes down to the art design. Because you know, objectively, Bioshock 1, for instance, not necessarily up to smut. Oh, yeah, I guess you get like a little bonus from Grace if you spare her. So that's nice. Thank you, Grace. Little something for being good, but yeah, it all comes down to art design because, you know, Bioshock 1, it's not necessarily, like, up to today's standards, but the look of Rapture is so great that it just looks amazing, where it also, they kind of limit the level design where it's like, you know, hallways, there's, like, water, there's all these interesting visual elements that come together where you can, like, remaster the first Bioshock easily, but there's also obviously certain limitations that came with the game's lower budget. It was more like a AA game than a AAA game. So they couldn't have you... I think the only, like, there's very few characters that Jack can, like talk to directly. Everybody's, like, over a radio you're talking to, or an audio diary. The only characters you can see... like, directly are just Andrew Ryan and Frank Fontaine at the end, like... So there's certain limitations of Bioshock 1, but ultimately the art style... well, not the art style, the art direction is just so good. Like, Rapture is just so incredibly rendered that it just looks great. Now we're dealing with something really good. I got the fucking spear gun. Now we're fucking really, really cooking with gas. Alright. Okay. Now we can really get some shit done. So this is essentially... I believe Siren's Alley is essentially... This level is essentially the red light district of Rapture. This is where lonely guys go to fuck. And maybe also there's maybe some opium dens or some other, like, kind of drug dens or whatever. There's, like, it's a seedy area, and this area in particular is I believe a whorehouse. And this whorehouse is still active. This guy is, like, soliciting this other splicer for sex, I guess. I don't want to ruin their fun, but at the same time, I kind of do want to ruin their fun. Alright, yeah. Fucking speared her. Speared her before that guy did. Oh, shit. Oh. What the hell's going on? Why am I not using... I just realized, is the game bugging out? I'm not using my plasmid. Okay, now I'm using it. Wow, that was weird. Like, my hand was spazzing out and everything. Dear Lord.
Lodgings in Rapture. But during the war, the residents put themselves up for sale. Daniel's...
One video game dude says opium dens. Bioshock Infinite was supposed to have a level that's an opium den, where Booker's trying to, like, track somebody down there, and I think somebody might steal his weapons or something like that, and you have to get him back. Or something like that. That got cut out. A lot of stuff got cut out of Infinite. Still a game I like, but yeah, it was definitely a game they had more ambitious ideas for that just couldn't really be delivered in time and on the hardware. Fucking yeah! That's what I'm talking about. Impaled her! Oh, I get it. They give you the spear gun at the whorehouse because you're, like, impaling the women there. Oh, dear Lord. All right. Maybe that's not the interpretation they intended, but that's how I'm choosing to interpret it. That's, you know, like I said, you can choose your own interpretations of things. Alrighty. And also, the other thing I love about the spear gun is it's like, you know... It's like when you use, like, a bow and arrow in a game, you can retrieve your arrow, like, from the corpse. You could, like, you could just, like, replenish your ammo if you bother to go back and pick up the thing. You can't do that with a bullet. Unfortunately. It'd be so great if you could shoot someone in the head with a bullet and then, like, go up to the... I guess you could take the bullet out. I don't know if you could necessarily reuse it. Maybe you could. I don't know. Maybe someone has done that before. I don't. I guess you could recycle the metal of the bullet and use it like that. I guess. I don't know. All right. Oh yeah, I need to hack that thing. Okay, yeah, auto hack. Start. Yeah, let's do that. You're now on my side, buddy. So get with the program. All right, let me see here. I wanted to... Okay, what I need to know is what my objective is again. Okay, so unflood Dionysus Park. Okay, that's my overarching objective. Find pumping station number 5. Find Daniel... Okay, so let's make... Find Daniel Whale at the Pink Pearl. Head over to the Pink Pearl and find Daniel Whales. All right. Find the key card to access Plaza Hedon. All right. I guess okay, so yeah, I just need to look for this guy in general in this place. And I'm sure he'll make himself well known soon. All right. Okay. Oh, hey, dude. How you doing? I'm just gonna experiment on you. I'm gonna use something I haven't really used that much yet. Oh, shit. Of course he's fucking throwing an explosive. Ah, fuck. Yeah, how do you like the bees? That's what you get for trying to blow me up. You piece of shit. Alrighty. Definitely after this area, I'm probably gonna want to harvest some more, corpses. Dusky Donovan. Now that's a solid hooker name. So this guy who fucked Dusky Donovan wanted Dusky to splice herself up in the middle of having sex, but it's like, why does she need to splice it? I'd imagine there'd be like some kind of plasmid version of Viagra in Rapture. I'd assume he'd more likely want to fucking splice you up. All right, there's just something sexy about taking super heroin that just really turns me on. Like, I guess what kind of like, I guess would like a lady, if a lady spliced up, could she get like a plasmid that gives her like giant tits or something? Like what's the sex like? I guess maybe they become freakier in bed or something. I don't know. All right. Oh, there you are.
And pin his ears.
I'm gonna need you to make it so my research is better. Because I don't know if I've researched you guys, and I definitely need to research you guys. There we go. All right. Now you guys are gonna be easier to kill. Plus, I didn't lose any ammo. All right, come on, give me the... Yeah, there we go. All right. Okay, so Captain Man asked Doc, if Rapture was real, would you go to it? I mean, I recently replayed Infinite, and now I'm playing the Burial at Sea DLC, which shows you Rapture before its fall, or I guess as its fall begins. And, like, based on how it looks during this era where it's still, like, functional to some degree, it looks pretty, I don't know, it looks pretty cool. It looks pretty beautiful, too. I definitely, consider it. I maybe would, like, I don't know. I maybe, like, if it was, like, not a secret thing, if it was instead, like, yeah, you get to, you know, you have the option to live underwater. You can, like, go back above ground if you want, and if it's, like, I don't know, like, you know, it's definitely something I would consider if I had the opportunity. Come on, camera, hook me up. Take this bitch out for me. Come on, come on. Oh, come on. Get her on camera. Come on. Guck Fontaine asks, what's the difference between possessed and haunted? Well, I guess I associate a haunting with, you know, a ghost is just like, you know, occupying an area. I guess you could maybe, you don't usually hear, like, the term haunting being interchangeably used with, Insert $10? Fuck off. Well, maybe there's something in there that I can, I don't know, get. I don't know. Yeah, okay, let's see. Maybe I can get in here. Okay, so there's okay, alright. So I should be able to open the door. But I want to get... This is probably a better shot. Alright. But, yeah, you don't really necessarily hear haunting interchangeably used with possessed. But, you know, possessed, of course, is like, you know, a demon or a ghost or what have you is, like, occupying a human being or, I guess, some other life form, and, like, controlling them. So it's like a different kind of thing. Alright. Let's see what we got here. Okay, let's hack this. Oh, okay. Now they're starting to get a little trickier. Alright. Got it done, though. Oh, dear Lord. Okay, so... Yeah, I guess even though they're splicers, I guess they still... They don't just want Adam, they also want other stuff, and they'll take it. Okay, that's... Yeah, that's unfortunate. Alright, let's try... Yeah, let's freeze this motherfucker. There we go, and now I got a fucking upgrade. Yeah, alright. Now we're talking. Okay. Captain Man says you can never rush back to the surface, otherwise you'll get the bans. Well, I wouldn't want to rush back to the surface, if I lived in Rapture, but if I had the option to go back, and I could take a bathysphere back if it's not for me, I guess I'd be open to it. It looks pretty cool, but at the same time, I am like, you know, I do kind of question if, like, Rapture in its, like, form could even exist, because they do, like, they don't, it seems like they might have meat available. Maybe they figured out some way to synthesize, like, basically turn... oh, man, my wallet's full. Oh, damn. They maybe figured out a way to turn, like, fish meat and, like, make it seem like it's, like, another kind of meat. Or maybe they figure out... So, like, it seems like they have some kind of approximation to, like, you know, livestock meat, like cattle meat or chicken or whatever. Maybe, I think. So it seems like maybe they have some resources down here. They have, like, plant life. I think maybe it gets wiped out in the first game, I think, the Arboretum area, but it seems like they could kind of, like, approximate certain things available on the surface. But at the same time, I'm kind of wondering, like, there's got to be, like, some shit you just can't fucking get in Rapture at all. Like, got to be some insane tariffs, too. Like, if they have to, like... I guess I'd assume because they have, like, illegal smuggling operations. That was something that got Frank Fontaine on the map initially as a businessman. He, like, just snuck shit in. So you get cheaper shit instead of going through Andrew Ryan. I'm assuming, like, there were legal methods through Andrew Ryan to, like, get stuff from the surface, but you probably had to pay a lot more cash. So Fontaine basically gave you an illegal option to get certain things you might want. Some contraband. Alright, now we're getting a little trickier with this shit. Damn. Of course, nothing I need. I'm, like, spoiled for everything. Alright, let's save real quick. Captain Man says Fontaine smuggled beef and other things because people were sick of fish. So, okay, I guess fish was just the only meat you could get down here then, I guess. In that case. I guess legally, they're like, yeah, you gotta make some sacrifices. Yeah, I don't know, I guess I would be... But I don't know, if this wouldn't be a secret thing, I'd assume, like, okay, well... Because I guess Ryan was just, like, really insistent on, it's a one-way trip, we're not even gonna send guys up to get things ever. We just have to be completely self-sufficient. Alright. Oh, fuck. Alright. Oh, shit, I was really hoping the fire would spread to that thing. Oh, well. Guck Fontaine asks, who the hell is Frank Fontaine? Well, he's kind of like you, but instead of being named Guck, his name is Frank. But Frank Fontaine was the villain of Bioshock 1, if you're not fucking with me, I guess. He was the villain of Bioshock 1. He, I guess, you know, he pretended to be a guy named Atlas. He basically, in Bioshock 1, he's the overarching villain. He fakes his death in order to take down Ryan and control Rapture and the Atom. Or I guess not even to control Rapture, just to control the Atom and I guess rule the world eventually. But he had to fake his death, and he masquerades as a guy named Atlas, who essentially commissioned the creation of the main character, the player character in Bioshock 1, Jack. Jack is bioengineered to follow Atlas's instructions by saying, "Would you kindly?" Atlas will just tell like you to do something, and he'll like follow it up with "Would you or like start the phrase with "Would you kindly?" Like he'd do that, and like that'd be like the meta narrative thing that is supposedly motivating you, and then you know, eventually you're able to break that mind control and take him down, and have the option to like go along with his evil plan, or just be I guess a dad, basically. You have the option to be this evil Atom-using maniac, or just be a dad. Like, those are honestly the two choices you have in life. Okay, so this is the guy I need to fucking kill. Alright, so this guy's a little tougher than some of the other folks I've been fighting in here. And he also, oh shit, fuck. Ah, man. He also seems like he's immune to Electrobolt, which is a little bit of an issue. Ah, man, he's fucking kicking my ass, too. Okay. Auto turret. Oh, actually, robot, could you please take this guy out for me? Alright, I think he's gone. Okay, let's try to grab him now. You better not be healing yourself right now, dude. I'm gonna be so pissed off if you're healed. Oh, fuck. Okay. B time! B time! Oh, fuck. Okay. Why aren't the bees working? The bees should be working! Okay. I just want to fucking power my way through killing this guy. Fucking get this done. How are you not dead yet? Alright, there we go. Okay, sweet. Okay, got that done. Daniel Wales, R.I.P. Guck Fontaine says, I never played the first Bioshock, only the sequel. No, I wasn't. No, I was effing with you. Oh, wasn't effing with you. Okay, just making sure. I mean, Fontaine is still a narrative element of actually all the Bioshock games, technically. Burial at Sea, he becomes a villain again, but in this game, of course, he's dead. He dies at the end of Bioshock 1. But even though he's dead, he still gets brought up. I think you go to Fontaine Futuristics, his company, where he developed a lot of his plasmids and other abominations against mankind. Like, so Fontaine's still an element, even though he's dead. He's still like very much relevant, along with, of course, Andrew Ryan. All right. Well, okay. I guess I don't want to risk getting hurt jumping down. Oh, wait. Let's just follow the arrow. Trust the arrow. The arrow knows where I need to go.
Within us, yet beyond us. Daniel Wales lacked it. Father Simon Wales does not. The faithful do not die in fear, as you did. We achieve much.
Okay, I'm hearing a little sister. So, well, I got so much fucking money right now, so let's stock up on supplies, because we gotta finally get another little sister go. Ah, of course there's a brute. There's a brute, and I'm also, like, I need some fucking help. I need some health kits right now. Come on. Really use some health kits right about now. So he was like I guess maybe the brutes can't go through these doors. It's just too small for him. Works for me. All right. Yeah, fuck this. Oh, well, there's a rumbler and a little sister. Why are you, like, prioritizing me? The little sister's right there. Go fucking harass that. I mean, I got some Adam, but I don't have a little sister. Ah, of course. Okay, I gotta get to that goddamn circus of values. Captain Man says, Infinite was really fun, but it just didn't feel like Bioshock, if that makes sense. I think it should have been a different named game and just have plot lines connected to Bioshock, but that's just me. I mean, Infinite, to me, I always just see Infinite as a side game. It's basically, the thing I like about Infinite is it's not like Bioshock 1 and 2. The first two games are immersive sims. They're kind of more light immersive sims compared to much more hardcore immersive sims, but they're still immersive sims. With Bioshock Infinite, it's basically, what if you took the Bioshock plot elements and gameplay elements, but apply that instead to something more like Doom or Halo, where you have like a regenerating shield like in Halo, or you're limited to 2 weapons like in Halo or whatever, so you have to like pick and choose your weapons and shit, where it's like a different kind of approach to the same... Oh shit, why did I like equip the totally wrong thing? Oh man, okay, I gotta use something with some... Okay, I really need some first aid kits now. So yeah, I definitely, I also enjoy, like, I don't know, I enjoy Infinite for lots of different reasons, but it's also just, like, a different kind of game. So it's it kind of, like, scratches a different itch, but it's one of those things where if you want a game like Bioshock 1 and 2, I also do totally understand being frustrated when you play a game called Bioshock, and it's, like, not like that at all, where it's not this, living world. Like, you know, in Bioshock Infinite, you wipe out a round of enemies. They might replenish if you, like, you know, go to a side area and you return and they'll pop up again. But they're not, like, constantly regenerating like the enemies in Rapture. It's, like, just a totally different kind of world that's non-linear, too. Like, Rapture, I mean. With Infinite, it's very linear. But it's, like, also just, you know, I like that approach, too, where it's just a different approach to storytelling, where it's more of a curated storyline, where it's, like, there's story beats that are, like carefully figured out, like, they where it's just, like, you know, a different kind of experience. But I do prefer this style over Infinite overall. But I like the fact that Infinite was just like a different kind of beast, though, too. So it's like you know, it's a give and take kind of thing, you know? Like, where, yeah, I would have liked it better if it was, like, more non-linear and shit. Oh, fuck me. Alright. I'm never ready when they actually start to throw the... Oh, he just, like, kicked that thing. Like, I guess I should be ready, like, prepared any moment for them to, like, pick something up to throw at me. Fucking piece of shit. Fucking sniping me while I'm taking this guy out? Alright. It's never, like, the good thing to pick up. It's always just, like, a little tiny thing. There's a boulder right there. You are not healing, you piece of shit. That's not happening. That's not on the menu for you right now. Great. Looks like I crashed a party right now. Ugh. Okay, Alright, let's do some more research. Alright, sweet. Okay. Now let's do some hacking. Where there's lots of things like replaying Bioshock Infinite that I don't like. I don't like the fact that, you collect lockpicks, but you don't get to lockpick yourself. Instead, it's just like a matter of saving your lockpicks. But if you play the game right and you do a good job exploring the game, you'll have more lockpicks than you need. Because it's like Elizabeth just lockpicks everything automatically. It's just a matter of, do you have enough lockpicks for this door? All right, you do. Okay, you get it. Like, I'm disappointed by that. I would prefer if it's something that's more hands-on, that's like like hacking. It's disappointing they don't have like an equivalent to hacking. I'm also disappointed that everything is purchased with money. There's not an Atom equivalent resource, unfortunately. So I don't like that too. I also don't like the gear system where it is just you can change your gear at any point, and it also just doesn't make sense because it's like you can wear a top hat that makes you better, that basically creates this like repulse, like basically creates this like explosion that happens when someone hits you, for example. Where it's like why are there hats that can do these things, like or pants that can do that? Like why is that a thing? Like it doesn't make sense with the world at all. It's not something they like explain in the world. And I also don't like in Infinite that only heavy hitters seem to use the vigors in Columbia. Like only like of course Booker uses vigors, but nobody else uses them. Like this very helpful thing that turns you into a superhuman. So it's like there's lots of aspects of Infinite I don't like, but I ultimately always enjoy playing it. I do like the story. But yeah, there's like aspects where I'm like, yeah, they could have done so much better, but it's also apparently like it had such a troubled development, and they kind of just had to just sort of compromise and just deliver what they had because they could not keep delaying it. It's one of those things. And Infinite also suffered from the fact that they were forced to show vertical slice gameplay as a demo, and that shit was amazing, but that shit was like not what like the first demos they showed for Infinite were not shit from the actual game. It was just like demonstration for the sake of investors and for the producers to know what the game is like, but they were forced to show that shit super early too. Or it's like there's just no way they were gonna like the vertical slice stuff is just something that is like never an indication of what a final game is ultimately going to be. You end up having to like cut out stuff. But oh well, I still like the game, but yeah, it's one of those things where, man, you do think about what could have been with it. What could have been. Retro Oliver asks, is Infinite good? I think it's good, but a lot of people are definitely iffy about it because it's not really like the first game or two, and it has some controversial story elements that aren't very widely agreed with. There's lots of elements that people just don't like. It also was like an early thing that kind of played with multiverse sort of storyline. Now you see that shit all the time with Marvel, but in a game that was kind of like this, whoa, this is like it's like a new kind of sort of story you're telling here. Yeah, that's kind of pretty cool and unique. Now it's like something that's very commonplace, admittedly. All right, so I'm good on resources. I just need to get some more health kits, and then I'll take out this Big Daddy. All righty, let's grab some... Oh, wait, did I get... Oh, I got the health upgrade. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, shit, I went to a Gatherer's Gardens instead of a fucking Circus of Values. There's the Circus of Values. Noah Alliston says, Biodome Infinite with Pauly Shore and Stephen Baldwin. I'd watch that. Man, remember when, like, Stephen Baldwin, they were trying to make him, like, a thing? They were like, oh, he's like he's sort of like the younger 90s hipper Baldwin, but now he's just, like, nothing. Like, no, like, they had him play Barney Rubble in the Flintstones Viva Rock Vegas. They, like, tried to put him in all kinds of roles. It just did not work out. All right. Okay, so let me see here. Let's use some trap rivets. All right, that should be decent. I don't want to use. I don't think spears are going to be very effective, but maybe phosphorus buck. Definitely armor-piercing rounds. I definitely want to research this guy. Maybe I want to use... No, let's not do that. Let's just... Oh, man, I am just... Okay, I might also want to use telekinesis, assuming I could shoot the thing back at him. Okay, good, I can. All right. And of course, I have somebody fucking interrupting me while I'm fighting a Big Daddy. Never a welcome sight. Shit. That's something you always got to be prepared for. Things going south when you fight a Big Daddy. Or it's like, oh, it's going well, but no, then I got a fucking slicer messing with... Oh, and they also got... Oh, man, that's bullshit. Oh, god damn it. Okay. Blow up, please. Come on, shoot another thing at me. I guess I could also be shooting you a little bit. There we go. All right, now we're good. Okay, now I can fucking kill this other guy in peace. Fuck you, dude. Oh my god. Just die already. Ugh.
Oh, did you? All right, time to hightail it back to the door and...
All right. Can we keep him? Can we keep her, Pa? I don't see why not. All right. Noah Alston says Stephen Baldwin was never a bankable star. Yeah. Never happened. They tried to, I guess, like, you know, they put him in things to, I guess, like, get people paying attention to him. But, yeah, it's like, oh, you know, maybe this works. Maybe this Flintstones prequel works out. We'll be able to put him in a starring role in a major blockbuster. Alrighty. Health up? Well, yeah, no, I don't want to do that. I'm trying to get to the fucking... Where did I put that? Not where did I put... Where is that? Fucking... Circus of Values. I need that right now. I'm still rooting for Stephen Baldwin, though. I think with, the downfall of his brother Alec, I think there's a decent chance that, we could get some really good Stephen Baldwin content. Like, we're getting a lot of great Alec Baldwin content. We could get some seriously good Stephen Baldwin content in God. All right. Okay, I gotta go back to this place. Ah, this sucks. Oh, well. Okay, so there's like, I guess there could be multiple little sisters existing at the same time in a level, too. Okay. I don't think I could adopt that one, though. God damn it, though. Gotta go back up there? Alright. That's something where, like, the respawning enemies thing is kind of annoying in these games. Where you're just like, great, I gotta, like, backtrack through the... while also simultaneously getting my ass kicked by totally new enemies. Fuck me. That's something that is where it's like, where when you kill everybody in an area in Bioshock Infinite, it kind of becomes a, like, walking simulator for long stretches of time in Bioshock Infinite, where it's just like, yeah, you're just chilling out, like, exploring the area, just finding stuff you missed, finding infusions and stuff. Alright. Okay, so here's the thing. But before I do that... Okay, I do have a turret on my side, so there is that. Definitely work for my favor. Guck Fontaine says, I never actually beat this game. I got stuck in this one part and said I'd play again tomorrow. Last online 15 years ago. Yeah, this game is old as hell, so yeah, I mean, when I initially played this game, I was like... I don't know, it's in Rapture again. I loved the first game, but I was like, it's not really showing me anything. Like, I'm not really feeling like a big daddy right away. It definitely, it's a game that's gotta grow on you, or you have to be super into Bioshock as a series to really just start off strong with, because, yeah, it is one of those things where they were like, yeah, it's Rapture again, but this time you're a big daddy, which is a cool idea, but they don't necessarily sell the big daddy aspect that much, at least initially. So yeah, okay, let's just hack this. I should get an extra health kit. That should be good enough. Is this guy... okay, I guess there was not... I guess I needed to be in the blue, though. Oh, well. Okay, I'm just gonna have to hope for the best. I'll save. Play it safe. Get a save. But, you know, this is my third... Well, I've beaten this game twice. But the last time, like I said earlier in the stream, was 2019. So this isn't a game... I revisit the first game in Infinite so many times. But this game is like... It is a cult classic. Where it is like a fan favorite game. Where it's like not necessarily the most... financially successful or critically successful Bioshock game even, but it's still a game that fans really like. It's definitely an underdog situation where fans really push hard to like say that this is, of course, this is a great game, of course, but they also push hard to say this is the best version of a Bioshock game. And I don't necessarily, I guess, feel that. I do kind of like the because this game it's kind of a mix between the first game, but also with some more like action-driven aspects that are not quite inherent to the first game, where it is like much more focused on the combat. It still has the exploration aspects, but that stuff kind of gets de-emphasized a little bit in favor of like just wiping the floor with splicers. Okay. Why am I on armor-piercing rounds? Dear Lord. I might want to get some more health kits. Oh, dear Lord. Thankfully, I got that turret. At least I got that going for me. I got 2 turrets, actually, so that's nice. Still not making a huge difference. Oh, are you kidding me? Oh, God. I feel like my research doesn't really matter that much, because I feel like the, I feel like in each level, the enemies incrementally become much more powerful. So it is just like one of those things where it's like, yeah, you do get the research points and stuff, but the enemies are also getting powerful alongside you. So it's just like, it feels like, I guess, a little bit of a, oh yeah, I'm gonna die. Yeah, this is just great. It does feel a little bit like a, like level scaling where, okay. Healed. All right, there's that at least. It feels like level scaling in like a Bethesda game, for instance, where it's like, yeah, you're leveling up technically, but the enemies are also leveling up too, so you're not really getting that much more powerful. They want to keep the game challenging, of course. Oh well. Okay. Evil Dead Fan 1995 says, the story is actually pretty nice, but you have some key memorable moments in one that are just iconic as hell. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have, like, it's got a solid story. It gets the job done, but it's not, it's a story that fans do cherish, though. Like, it's got a unique story where it's kind of a precursor to Infinite story, coincidentally or not, where it is a father-daughter story. But you know, it just doesn't have those, it doesn't have, like, a twist or something that's memorable. It doesn't have, like, it just doesn't have, I guess, like, just as many iconic moments, and it's also just, like, I'm saying like a lot. There isn't that moment where you're entering Rapture, something like that, where it's this memorable thing where Rapture's introduced to you. They do approach it from, you know what Rapture is. We're not going to treat it as something that's, like, special or unique anymore, so it does kind of lose the specialness of Rapture, where it's like, yeah, it's still Rapture, it's just kind of, there's some coral around, but, you know, it's still ultimately Rapture. Alright, am I on, okay, well, I got some Adam. Let me think here. Let me, telekinesis 2. I can afford pretty much everything, except, I think, some of the better upgrades. Okay, well, I can't even get Cyclone Trap 2, of course, because I don't have the first one. Okay, well, yeah, okay, yeah, that definitely will come in handy, because traps are everything. God, traps are everything. Alright.
Set traps for unsuspecting enemies. Lure your
Vinny says, I feel like the introduction of Columbia was awesome. Yeah, I feel like Infinite had the memorability aspect on its side, for sure. It just has so many memorable moments, like, I feel like entering Columbia isn't as memorable as Rapture, just because it is just, like, It is a cool moment where you're, like, launching in the air. You get this sense of just how high up in the air Columbia is. Like, that's really cool. But at the same time, you just kind of, like, hover through Columbia. It doesn't... You don't, like, kind of do a flyby through huge portions of Columbia like Rapture. But at the same time... Oh, shit. Like, these guys really love to sneak up on... Are you kidding? No! I don't want to fight that Big Daddy. He doesn't have a little sister. It's pointless. Leave me alone, Big Daddy. Oh, I feel like I'm a little kid again. Leave me alone, Big Daddy. I did nothing wrong. Please, Big Daddy. All right. I had a great childhood. Okay. I think the Big Daddy's gone. I think we're good. I do need to find another... Yeah, I need to find another corpse. Another corpse to pillage DNA from, as one does.
Now through this junction is the rest of the alley, including the very pumping station we're after. Father Wales has been recruiting holy rollers down there for lamb.
Holy rollers? Okay. Alright, so... I want to go up there. Hopefully I don't trigger a thing, because I do gotta... Ugh! Do got a lot of resources I need to try to get. Alright, okay. I think we're good. Nobody around. But the story, I guess going back to the story of Bioshock Infinite, it just has, like, lots of interesting and memorable story points, but it benefits from having a much more curated, carefully structured story compared to something much more freeform like Bioshock 1 and 2. It's just much more linear, so they can, like, carefully craft these story points that leave a huge impression on you, whereas with Bioshock 1 and 2, it's just a little bit more like, you're kind of open-ended. Yeah, you get to have a little bit more choice about how you approach situations, so they can't give you as many big story beats, because that would completely, like, it could completely derail your run. Okay, so, yeah, let's... Is this the... Oh, it's through the door. Oh, great. So I do have to go through this fucking door. All right, 1919. Let's do that. Hopefully, I don't have to fight a ton of shit first. Okay. Looks like the traps I got are about to come in handy.
Can you hear me? I have trapped a death at your door.
Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, wait. Wrong rivet. I want these rivets. Okay, I wasted those trap rivets. That is not a good spot to put trap rivets. Alright, I gotta prepare myself for an oncoming onslaught. Alright, am I good on Yeah, I should... Oh, okay, maybe... No, let's get some anti-personnel rounds. It's gonna come in handy. Okay, well, I can't buy any more of those. Alright, that should be good. Phosphorus buck, that should be good. I definitely want the camera ready. I guess, let's use some of my, cyclone traps. Oh, man, yeah, this is gonna come in handy. Here we go.
You shall roast and blacken in the pit, and it'll be a grieving brother sent you.
Alright, who knows where they're gonna come from, so I gotta be prepared. Alright, well, there's one. Spider Splicer. I definitely need more research for this guy. Alright. Oh, shit. Really fucking up my day right now, guys. Okay, there we go. Alright. Alright, this guy should be easier to take down. I got the research. Still took a shitload of bullets, though. I basically have no more anti-personnel rounds. Alright. Where'd that one guy go? There's another guy around here. I know he's around here somewhere. Let's find him. I hear him. I think, the guy who plays, Spider-Man in the, Sony games voices some of these splicers that I'm hearing. He also does some voices in Infinite. Let me see. Where did that guy go? Like, I hear him. Oh, yeah, he's fucking me up right now. So, oh, he snuck up on me. He got me. He got me good.
Your sin itself marches to meet you.
Luckily, they give you, like, a vending machine, too. So, like, you're good. Even if they become overwhelming, you could just fucking you could basically pay to win to get through this area. Let's use some more, bumblebees. There we go. This is always fun. Oh, yeah. Enjoying my bee friends, bitch? Bet you're not. Ugh. In Bioshock Infinite, instead of bees, it's murder of crows. Which, basically, it's you just kind of launch crows at guys. It basically just... It's the same thing, just with bees. I mean, it's the same thing just with crows, I should say. It gets the job done. I mean, I like the fact that they brought it back. They at least weren't like, it's bees again. There's lots of references to bees in Infinite, so they could have easily been like, yeah, it's just bees again. Oh, I didn't even notice that brute there fucking throwing shit at me. Ugh, god damn it. I think crows is cooler than bees, honestly. Oh. Yeah, I don't think so, dude. Alright. Okay, so, let's, Okay, yeah, let's get some bees at him, because I don't have a good shot at him. The good thing about the bees is that they can kind of find their way to a guy. They can find their way to a guy, so if you don't have a straight shot at a guy with a plasmid or whatever, you can, like, just throw some bees at him. Okay, yeah, Okay, alright, that worked. Alright, I'm gonna want to maybe use some telekinesis a bit. Oh, wait, okay. Alright, yeah, he's dead. Alright, sweet. I think that's it. I think that's it for this area, hopefully. Yep, good.
I think you're closing in on Simon's underground temple.
I think you might be right, Sinclair.
And drain out the park here.
Noah Alliston says, what's next? The dogs that bark and shoot bees out of their mouth and sting you? Smithers, release the robotic Richard Simmons. I feel like the robotic Richard Simmons would fit in just fine in Columbia. Got lots of robots. All right. You release the hounds. You release the hounds or the bees, or the hounds with bees in their mouth, and when they bark at you, they shoot bees at you. All right. Wait, where? Oh, yeah, this is just a whole different section of the level. All right. A whole new playground to work with. A whole new area to get my ass kicked in. All right.
To end sin, what must we pay?
Okay.
Is my answer.
I really don't appreciate your very condescending messages, Sophia. I don't appreciate it. Okay, so there is a corpse there. It's the other corpse I need to get, and that will also mean I need to fight a big sister. So that should be interesting. Let me make sure I'm ready to go. Because I don't have to fight the big sister right away. I only fight the big sister when I send the little sister through the vent. Vending expert. Enjoy a special discount at all of Rapture's vending machines. I'm good. I don't know. Let's see here. There's some lore. Here we go.
Rapture.
I do kind of wonder about, like... I feel like, because of course the audio diaries in Infinite and the first Bioshock games, they're of course just for the sake of, like, getting, like, you know, telling a story through the environment, but it is kind of funny just thinking, like, someone has this huge tape recorder that they carry around, and then they just leave it. They, like, just fucking forget about it. Like, they record this diary, but they just leave it behind for someone else to find later. It's... It's funny to think about. Feels very wasteful. But at the same time, I guess in a capitalistic world, I guess maybe it's just designed to only be used once. So you buy this big electronic device that you spend a lot of money on, and you can only use it one time ever. That's how they get... Oh, man, I keep... Like, I used fucking... Oh, man. I don't think so, dude. It's not happening. Oh, shit. I hate the fact that you can't, like... Oh, man, you can't, like, hold down the... You can't anticipate a throw, you have to throw it as it's being thrown. Oh, man. Oh, damn it. It just makes it so it's just like, Oh, fuck. Okay, I'm completely caught off guard right now. I don't think so, dude. Just wasting resources. I'm like, okay, I'm trying to get control of this area. Just wasting resources. Ugh. Man. Okay. So, like I was doing, or trying to do right now, I wanted to hack this thing so I have some extra resources to work with here. Alright. Alright, rivets. Otherwise, yeah, we're good. Okay, now let's... Oh, yeah, and there's another corpse right there. Sweet. Okay. Alright, let's save real quick. Oh, shit. Okay, that was a close one. Dear Lord. Alright, now I got a little extra firepower on my side. Yeah, this should go a lot smoother. Assuming that Big Daddy does not get fucking caught in the crossfire, though. I just realized this whole stream I've had, like, stuff to drink. I have not been drinking it at all. Psychically drinking Fresca. Just like God intended. Only Joking says, Dr. Wolfula, you knock leaving exposition recordings behind, but you ought to give it a try. I hear it's very cathartic. Yeah, honestly, yeah, I do. Every now and then I'll leave a, I'll just leave, like, an iPod with a bunch of audio recordings on it just in the park. Hopefully someone finds it, and they get, like, just some interesting, like, backstory about, like, what's going on in my day. Like, okay, but, anyway, let's deploy a mini turret. Let's do that. Let's, we don't have any trap spears yet. But we can't, well, anti-personnel, okay, yeah, none of this, okay, the machine gun is just not going to be a thing. I guess I could buy some more machine gun rounds. That's an option. I probably should. Alright, well, let's just deploy some cyclone traps. Bolster our trap game right now. We should be good. We also got the fucking... We got the fucking security camera, too. We're golden. Alright, here we go. Okay, yeah, again, not gonna be using... Not gonna be using the machine gun, though. Andrew Thomas says, I was watching The Exorcist when I was taking a horror class. Oh, that's cool. I mean, that's definitely... Probably the horror movie that should be studied. If you're gonna study one horror movie, that's the one to go with. Alright. Got an A. Wow, okay, something fucked that guy up in midair. Hell yeah. Okay, I feel like the research is starting to pay off a little bit. It just takes its time. But keeping up with it, yeah, they're falling down like flies now. I probably should be doing some additional research just to keep it going. Alright. Because it has been working out pretty well. Okay. Get away from my little system, motherfucker. Alright. Oh yeah, and they're starting to introduce the crafting system. I do like that. That's another thing Infinite was missing, a crafting system. Even if it's a kind of basic crafting system, it's nice to have. I always appreciate a little crafting system to get me thinking about different kinds of resources in different ways. Alright, let's spear gun this motherfucker. Oh, shit. Okay, alright. I think we're good. Yeah, okay, yeah, she's got it done. Alright. That went so much smoother than the last one. Research is paying off. Okay, so I almost thought that Big Daddy was mad at me. Thankfully, it's not. Hopefully, it doesn't walk into my traps and get pissed off, though, because it's annoying when I'm not ready for a Big Daddy. Like, I want to prepare, But that's the thing about Rapture, though. They throw you some curveballs. You have to always be prepared, even when you're not prepared. All right. Retro Lover says, Seed of Chunky, Leprechaun Back to the Hood, Halloween Resurrection, and Jason X should be studied in classes. I agree, like, they're definitely great movies to study about what not to do. Yeah, you know, like, you don't want to do the things, those movies. You don't want to do that. You get it? Like, they're bad movies. Okay. All right, and conveniently, there's a vent right there. I'm going to vent some frustration, but first let's do some hacking. Get some more machine gun rounds. Because I really need armor-piercing rounds. I need those. And then I also need... I guess it's pretty much... I guess some heavy rivets, too. That should be good. Okay. Alright, armor-piercing, good. I'm going to also want to make sure I research this big sister. Because, research, really, it's worth it. And maybe... Okay, yeah, I'm good on mini turrets. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, let's save and get ready for the big sister. Andrew Thomas says, I prefer the producer's cut of Halloween Curse of Michael Myers. I can see that, but it's one of those things where I wish there was, I guess, I'm sure there's, like, fan cuts that kind of give us the best of both worlds, because there's aspects of the theatrical cut I prefer, and then there's aspects of the producer's cut I prefer. It's one of those things where ultimately I'll just end up going with the theatrical cut, just because I don't really like the climax of the producer's cut of Halloween Curse of Michael Myers. I mean, they're both kind of dumb and bad, like, climaxes, but one of them at least feels climactic. In the producer's cut, Paul Rudd just uses, like, some rocks, some magic rocks, and they paralyze Michael. Like, just... At least in the theatrical cut, he fucks Michael up. At least there's that. It's like, they of course didn't know Paul Rudd was going to be a star eventually, but definitely they future-proofed it where it's like, yeah, we're probably not going to be able to get Paul Rudd back for a Halloween movie, but at least we get to see Paul Rudd fucking up Michael Myers. Now, I could have sworn... I honestly could have sworn every 2 little sisters results in a big sister fight. I guess I'm wrong about that. I guess it's every 3 little sisters. Well, fuck me. Alright, well, let's just reload then. I wasted resources. Or at least I wasted a perfectly good turret. Retro Lover has a super chat. Thank you, Retro Lover. What is the scariest scene in Seed of Chucky? I guess maybe the scariest scene off the top of my head is probably when Tiffany shows her little doll tits. I guess that's honestly a pretty terrifying scene. Okay, I gotta get out of this load screen. It's got fucking copyrighted music. All right, okay. Let's send the little sister back without using a fucking mini turret. Noah Allison says Paul Rudd, star of Clueless and Halloween 6 producer's cut. Exactly. His 2 claims to fame. Alright, well, what's my current objective? Let's see what we got here. So I do have to unflood Dionysus Park. Enter pumping station number 5. Alrighty. Pretty self-explanatory. I gotta enter the pumping station to pump the water out. Alright, well, let's... head on through. Well, I guess I could see what's over in these areas first. Oh, yeah, I could get some extra resources going this way. Okay, let's see what we got here. Got lots of books, but after... not shit I can use. God, I would love to have a new Bioshock game come along that is much more like a Bethesda game or something, where it's much more hardcore on the RPG elements. I guess also like System Shock 2, where it's just a little more, where you can, like, pick up items, like, pick up a whole bunch of items, you can have an inventory, you can get more hands-on with your upgrade system. Like, there's an actual skill system, skill tree. Adam, like, you can passively gain Adam. It's not, like, it's something you get a lot from in the more conventional methodology, but you can also passively get it in certain ways, or or get it as rewards for beating certain enemies or certain quests. Like, yeah, it's definitely an opportunity to, like, take what's here and approach it in a different kind of way. I might as well do a little bit of healing. All right, let's go. All right, what do we got here? Okay, nothing in there. I got some 0-0 buck. All right. Greetings to you, Stitches. Only Joking says, so you want a Bioshock where you have to scrap farm? I guess not necessarily. I mean, I guess that's the I don't know, the bad aspect of a Bethesda game is that you'll end up, like, hoarding a lot of shit. I guess there could be more. I don't know, like, not totally like Fallout 4 where you're just picking up tons of junk to recycle into other stuff, but I guess a little bit more, a lot more of an engaging, I guess, version of the crafting system that's in the first 2 Bioshock games, I suppose. But I guess, I don't know, I love RPGs, so I would like, I guess, maybe an RPG, I suppose, more in general, that takes place in Rapture. Oh man, this is a spooky area. You know it's a spooky area because the lights are out. And I got my flashlight on. Oh no. Oh god. Hopefully everything will be okay. Only Joking says, LOL, just griefing you. I could totally see crafting being a great addition. I mean, I don't, like, there's certain aspects that really turn me off of Fallout 4 compared to 3 and especially New Vegas, and that's definitely the building aspect. Like, I guess building is kind of cool, like, but it's just way too... They got way too heavy on it. It was way too heavily emphasized. I don't know what that Australian splicer's fucking saying to me right now. Gotta kick some ass for the time being. You coming? All right, now you're coming. Dear Lord. Oh, shit. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm definitely going to want to switch back to telekinesis. I'm actually maybe want to... All right, well, I got some damage on him. Not that much, but some. Okay, he's not... Like, he never throws shit when I actually have telekinesis equipped. Ah, it's bullshit. Oh, well. Alright, I'm gonna assume that the way he opened is the next place, or maybe not. Oh, there's some stuff over here, at least. Some stuff I don't necessarily... I see you, dude! You think you're fucking slick? Oh, fuck. Yeah, this guy is slick, honestly. Fucked him up. That's what I like to see. Okay, I think there's maybe an actual, thing I can get. Oh, well, actually, maybe not. I guess, yeah, it is just that trap. It is just like, oh, you went over here. We're gonna jump you. Hope you're ready. Yeah, I was ready. Oh, thank you for the Super Chat, Horror Fan. Huge fan, man, and wanted to say thank you for what you do, and I need to join the Patreon. Well, I'd appreciate it, but, any support is greatly appreciated. But, yeah, I definitely love all the love I get. Makes it all the more worth it, just beyond just liking to make videos. Also, when people like the videos, it's also like, oh, man, does my heart good. Oh, God, it would suck if, like, I loved making video. Like, there's definitely YouTubers that are like that, where they love making videos, but nobody likes their videos. And, actively troll said YouTuber and make fun of that. I could easily be that YouTube, that kind of YouTuber. I forgot. I got 180 Atom. I gotta use it. All right, here we go. Gene tonic slot. Gene tonic slut, more like it. All right. Plasmid slot. I don't need that yet. Feel like I'm good with what I got. But let's see. Your headshots do more damage. Okay, so let's get a plasmid. I mean, not a let's get a tonic slot. Let's get that. Let's see what we... Firestorm, Handyman. Ironically, there's an enemy called Handyman in Bioshock Infinite. They have, like, a bunch of, like, enemies in Infinite that are kind of equivalents to Big Daddies, but not quite. I guess another thing, I was mentioning some disappointments with Infinite that I have. Another disappointment is that you never fight the Songbird, which is Elizabeth's guardian. All of Songbird's encounters are just cutscenes. You can use the Songbird in the final battle, but that's basically just hold down the X button, and the Songbird will attack, like, gunships and enemies for you, like, just automatically. It's so clear they wanted to do so much more, but they just did not have the fucking time to do it. Ugh, God. But I still love that game. All right, Headhunter. Well, maybe replace it with one of these things. Yeah, Firestorm. And I got 100 to work with for now. Guess I could save it for later. Alright, here we go. Alright, now I'm ready to move on and enter the pumping station. Get some pumping done. Okay, wait. I wanted to look at my little sister count, and I only got one. Actually, do I only have one? Yeah, I guess I only got one. Did I really? Man. How is... I could have sworn I got enough... Oh, wait. No, yeah, okay. No, I got it totally. I got two. So when it's just little sisters, you got them. And when it's a big daddy and a little sister icon, that's still one you need to get. I got confused for a second. Oh, yeah, there's, like, another aspect, like, I don't know if Infinite ripped it off from Bioshock 2, but there's also, like, they'll say stuff like Child of the Lamb, and you have Sophia Lamb, like, they call Elizabeth the Lamb of Columbia. The false shepherd will lead the lamb astray. So there's lots of coincidental mirrors of the plot between Bioshock 2 and Infinite that are interesting. They're very different games, gameplay and story-wise, but it is interesting that there's a lot of similarities. All right. Okay, so they're not aware of my presence right now, and it looks like I got rocket spear ammo. That's gonna be fun. Lynn says, I watch your reviews before I go to bed, too. Almost like a Saturday cartoon comfort. That's good to hear. I mean, even if you told me, yeah, I watch my videos to go to sleep, I'd be like, well, yeah, I don't know, at least you're watching them. All right. I'll take it. Let's be him. Yeah, I guess rocket spears aren't exactly what I remembered them being, but they're still cool. But they're kind of just like a regular spear, but they kind of have fire sticking out of them. It's kind of, I don't know, I guess it's useful, but I don't know. All right, well, I got a research bonus, so that's good. And admittedly, between the original two games and Infinite, I do like the fact that you do have all your weapons available to you. You don't get to... I guess it's kind of a give and take between Infinite and the original games, because in Infinite, you can have all of your vigors, but you can only have two guns at a time. But in the original games, you're limited to, I guess, up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... Wait, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, just eight plasmids. 8 plasmid slots. Which is good. I mean, I guess actually it's maybe the same amount of vigor slots in Infinite, maybe. Alright. And just so you know, I was struggling to count the slots, but It's just because I've been streaming for a while, and I am admittedly mentally fatigued. That's an aspect of streams that I'll get mentally fatigued, and I'll just not be thinking straight. And maybe that's a sign that I need to stop, but at the same time, I want to stop at, like, a climactic part. Alright, let's do some hacking. Alright, there we go. KDB says, have the lambs stopped screaming? I don't know. Have they? Getting lots of hearts in the chat from Selena and Stitches. Appreciate all the love. Alright, let's see what we got. Okay, so only Joe Cake says, I do like being chased by the songbird and it being invincible to your attacks. Kind of gave me an alien isolation, being hunted by invincible xenomorph, even if nowhere close to his technical. The songbird doesn't chase you. The songbird only appears in, it only exclusively appears in cutscenes. It never shows up like in actual gameplay, so you're not hunted by it at all. That would have been cool if they had sequences where the songbird is hunting you. It's actually kind of funny. Infinite came out the same year as Alien Isolation, and I guess if it took a little longer, they might have implemented some kind of system. Because it seems like maybe, like, I don't know what they necessarily wanted to do with Songbird ultimately, as far as, like, how you face it. Maybe they did want it to be this hunting thing, but they just didn't have, like, a good... Because, like, it's one of those things with a Bioshock game, and especially with Infinite, there's just so many ideas just in one game that you kind of have to, like, streamline them to a certain degree and just kind of, like, cut stuff out, because it's just ends up being, like, just so unwieldy development-wise. But, man, it would have been cool to have something like that, for sure. Shotgun damage increase. Let me see. Spear gun zoom increase. I do like the idea of that. Spear gun becomes like a kind of like a sniper rifle. Yeah, there we go. That's what I like to see. All right. Only Joe King says, really? I could have sworn it chases you in set pieces. No. It's something that it seemed like they teased in their vertical slice gameplay that they showed early. But, yeah, it never happened. I wish it happened. That would have been cool. Alright. Oh, shit. Let's do some research. Oh, I forgot I still have rocket. Oh, shit. How are you not dead? Okay, now you're dead. Good. Alright. Alright, let's maybe... Okay, we'll use the machine gun ammo for now. Oh, fuck. Okay, maybe want to switch to bees. Bee time, baby. Okay, try to switch to... Oh, but the fucked up thing is that the brute splicers will have these scripted rocks, and I guess you can only grab them when they throw them at you. You can't, like, grab them in advance and take them from them. That's such bullshit. Well, I grabbed it that time, so at least there's that. Thanks, bees. Appreciate it. You guys are the bee's knees. Oh, this guy means business. This is an actual boss. All right. It's a good weapon against this guy. All right. Maybe regular spears? Okay. All right. Yeah, that works. Okay, let's try to hack his turret. Or I should say, gun bot. What are these things called again? Oh, yeah, security bots. Gun bot. Serve me. All right. I keep calling them turrets. They're not turrets. They're security bots. Turrets are a different thing. All right. This should be good. Phosphorus buck. Maybe try to research him? All right. Man, I'm just racking up the points. He's just like, oh, man, I really should not have picked a fight with this guy. This guy really means business. All right, Okay, so maybe want to switch to regular shotgun shells. All right, well, hey, guys, are you guys done? You guys leaving?
Be in the back.
They're like, yeah, you killed our boss. We're just gonna leave. We're getting out of here. Bye.
Opportunity to get you
I like that. I like the fact that, yeah, we got nothing left. We were just kind of bolstering
before you throw that switch.
the boss. But, yeah, now that the boss is dead, we're done. Bye. Never seen that before in this game, but I appreciate it. Selena says, hot take. Donuts are honestly not that great. Truly mid. I wouldn't necessarily say they're mid, but they're definitely not a treat I go out of my way to get. I think the last time I got donuts was just for the, for, like, Krispy Kreme held a Scooby-Doo promotion where they had Scooby-Doo themed donuts, which were cool. But they're definitely, like, I'm more of an ice cream kind of dude. But as far as, I will say, the other thing with the Krispy Kreme Scooby-Doo promotion, I got a dozen of them first time, but then they had another promotion, I think a Krispy Kreme Day thing, where any 12 glazed donuts gets you like another 12 dozen donuts of any kind for like $1 or something. So then I just added on a dozen more Scooby-Doo donuts. I think maybe I ended up getting 3 dozen Scooby-Doo donuts during that Scooby-Doo promotion. Worth it.
We believe in the daughter of the Lamb, hallowed Savior and anointed vessel.
All right, let me see here.
God with our blood.
Retro Lover says they not getting paid for this shit. Yeah, they're not getting paid to die. They're like, all right, hey, you killed a guy, I guess maybe paying us an atom or whatever. Yeah, we have. Wait, what? Okay, so actually, I think if I keep going this way. Okay, yeah, if I keep doing this, then the level will be over and I'll miss the last. The last little sister. So I gotta get that little sister next. Okay, let me see what we got here. Am I actually? Okay, yeah, I've got max money, so I can buy so many more resources, so I should be good to go getting that last little sister. Shouldn't be much of a fight, especially with the research I got. Yeah, we should be good. I do have to fight a big daddy, though. Oh, also, for sure, I'm going to have to fight a big sister. So, that's not going to necessarily be pretty, but it is what it is. All right. Okay, so how am I on resources? I guess I'll buy some sardines in a pet bar. Okay, let's head out and get some little sister. Okay, no, let's get a little sister. All right. Okay. All right. Okay, let's hack this. Let's get some ammo. Okay, alrighty. Well, I was really hoping to have armor-piercing rounds in here. This is disappointing. I guess I'll get anti-personnel rounds. Okay. Selena says, I am not mid. Okay, thank God. I was scared for a second. Only Joking says, what are the odds that all these dead people would be named Corpse? Yeah, it's crazy. I guess they just weren't super creative naming their kids in Rapture. It's nuts. Like, I guess it's one of those things where they just didn't have babynames.com to give them ideas. You know, it really is a good resource. I'll name him Corpse Williams. I mean, honestly, Corpse Williams sounds fucking cool as hell. I mean, oh, God. Corpse Williams? Okay, I gotta remember that. That sounds cool. I call dibs on Corpse Williams. That's a cool name. All right. Nicola says, school super donuts are great, though. I mean, free donuts are always good. You know, you're going to give me some free donuts. Definitely appreciate it. Okay, well, there's the little sister. Very convenient. And right next to this security camera, too. Yeah, we're good. All right, let's kick this guy's ass. maybe don't have a ton of space to do trap turrets, but... Okay, I guess they don't really... I guess that kind of thing does not work against heavy rivet, rocket, Okay, I also want to fucking make sure I'm researching this guy. I am starting to really feel like a big daddy, because this guy's... This other big daddy's going down really easy. Damn, hell yeah. Thank you, research. Research is everybody's best friend. I always make sure to do research for my videos. You can find out some interesting trivia, but also research is great if you're fighting brute splicers. It really helps to do your research. Oh, fuck. Where? I see you. I see you. As Funzo once said. Okay. Dead as hell. Alright, let's pick up... I guess I could have just picked up this fucking little sister. Alright, there we go. Retro Lover asks, thoughts on Devil May Cry anime on Netflix? I don't know why you put anime in... Well, I guess maybe it's only an anime if it's made in Japan. I don't know what the country of origin is. But I did see, I think it's like CGI. An anime could still be CGI, but I guess if it's not made in Japan, maybe you can't categorize it as an anime. I haven't seen any footage of it. I haven't really played any of the Devil May Cry games, and I also don't have Netflix, so I'm just like not the target audience at all for that new Devil May Cry show. But you know, I'm kind of... I'd be lying if I said I was interested. I'm not necessarily interested, but I'm open to Devil May Cry, for sure. I have been curious. You know, the Devil May Cry games are on sale on Steam right now, so I am somewhat curious, but I have such a huge game backlog, too. And also, admittedly, paying my taxes really paid a toll on my financial situation right now, so definitely need to save some money before I buy Devil May Cry games. But it's definitely in the back of my head. You know, maybe definitely got to check out this Devil May Cry series. All right. All right, anti-personnel rounds time. Mini turret time. Oh, yes, sweet. I got 4 mini turrets. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay. But I will admit, if Netflix ever does make their Bioshock movie or show or whatever the fuck they're making, I will get Netflix again just for that. So that's definitely a video game thing where I'm like, okay, I gotta get Netflix. I'm not... I guess maybe that might depend, though, on if it's an actually good Bioshock thing, though. If it sucks, maybe not. But at the same time, you know, maybe even if it sucks, maybe I'd still check it out. Who knows? I feel like the last time I got Netflix might have been when the Fear Street movies came out. I was like, okay, these look interesting. I don't know. I'll get Netflix again. But I felt ripped off because I got the 4K tier for Netflix. But the Fear Street movies, at least when they were first released, were not available in 4K. So I paid like $20 for the fucking... For the more expensive tier, and like the movie I wanted to watch, the 3 movies I wanted to watch were not available in that format. It's such a ripoff. It's like all new movies should be available in 4K. Like it should be like just a standard thing. Like. All right, especially in physical media, like, you know, there should be like. It's so weird to me when like a movie that came out in theaters only gets like a fucking Blu-ray or even just a DVD release. It kind of baffled because I love Severance, but that got a physical release, but it's only available on Blu-ray and DVD, and that show was shot in 4K in Dolby Vision, but they did not make that an option. There's just no 4K release of that show. It's just so shitty. It's just a matter of like just paying a little extra for the discs and putting the existing 4K files on the discs. Like, dear Lord, it should be the simplest thing ever. All right. Alan Michael says, I'd rather buy the shows or movies I want to watch than pay for Netflix. I mean, at this point, I approach that in the same way, because I do also have, like, a huge physical backlog of media that I could just watch that I haven't seen yet, where I'm like, well, this is on sale. I'll get this, and I'll watch it eventually. I can binge through. I got so many shows I haven't fully watched or watched it all. They're just, like, waiting to watch so that I get through over time, and I just own them. Like, I don't know, it's kind of nice, but at the same time, it's not something that's definitely not for everybody. I do understand. I'm not fucking out of touch or anything. I do understand people just like convenience, and that's what streaming offers. It's just the convenience, the peace of mind of you pay for a subscription, and you just get a catalog of things. They might not be all the things you want, but you have a bunch of options, though. Are you? Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, wait. Sweet. All right. Okay, got him. Okay, and I didn't waste a turret. That's good. All right, sweet. Oh, this is so good. Yeah, they really pay off in dividends if you fucking... If you hack stuff, because now I have, like, a turret bolstering my defense right now. That's really good. God, I do love hacking. I love the hacking in Bioshock 1 and 2. At least for the... I mean, I do miss the mini-game in Bioshock 1, the pipe dream mini-game, because it adds this, like... It kind of takes you out of the game, but it does add this, like, little sort of fun Tetris-style puzzle thing you can just do. Kind of like, I don't know, as a diversion from the main style of gameplay. In this game, it is just a Simon game. You just gotta time it right. Or it's like, it's quicker and it doesn't take you out of the game world, but yeah, I don't know. It gets the job done, I guess. But I do always, anytime I play this game, I do miss the pipe dream game. I miss it. And there's even a vending machine over here. Oh, this is gonna be so good. Oh, man, I am so good. I'm so good to go to fight these fucking splices. Here we go. You know, you start a level in these games, and it starts out challenging, but as you hack stuff and upgrade yourself, you really do end up just dominating the level. All right. Okay, let's use some of my cyclone trap. Alrighty. You have so many options to just bolster your defenses compared to the first game. Okay, alright. Next up, I want to deploy my mini turret. Alright, now we're good to go. Let's save, because I'm a total pussy first. Alan Michael says, hoping Devil May Cry comes to physical. I hate to... I mean, I'm hoping for the best, but Netflix, I mean... Besides their Criterion releases, because those bring prestige to the Netflix brand, because they'll release some of their stuff on Netflix. They released the first few seasons of Stranger Things on DVD and Blu-ray, but it seems like they've completely otherwise given up on physical media. Like, Mike Flanagan has like begged Netflix to release his movies that were released on Netflix on physical media, and they're just not doing it. And it's like just this like huge I don't know, it's just money on the table. Like, it's just like, it's such a niche thing. Most people aren't gonna buy, like, Stranger Things on Blu-ray, but you get this extra money. I guess something I do hate is Disney released all their Star Wars and Marvel shows on physical media, but only in expensive, like, just ultra expensive, bare bones steelbook releases. But at least it's like, you know, they released him physically in some form. Like, I'm maybe not gonna pay $60 for a steelbook of Mandalorian Season 3. But at least they, like, here you go. Like, here's the fucking thing. Like, you, like, at least here's the option. Alright. I guess it almost feels like a spite thing, though, when they make it that expensive. Because then they're like... They're just like... Yeah, like, nobody's gonna buy it. Like, now it's just gonna be a collectible that just sits on someone's shelf. Like, I do hate that aspect that's unfortunately plagued physical media right now, where it's treated more as a collectible, where someone... It's like people buying comic books before the comic book crash of the 90s, where... They're just collecting things, but they're not watching them. So it's just like, I don't know. It sucks. So it's like, oh, you want this movie? Well, a whole bunch of people bought copies of it, and they're just sitting on the shelves, unopened. God. Eventually get sold on eBay because they're out of print. It sucks. You know, that aspect does suck. Such an unfortunate aspect, I guess, of all physical media as well, because... The physical game market is even worse in that regard. All right. Okay, let me see here. Okay, so Alan Michael does point out Godzilla came out on physical media, Godzilla -1, but that was released on Netflix through a distribution deal, but those deals, like the exclusivity deal, eventually it does expire, and then they're free to release a thing on physical media or wherever else. Or I guess maybe not on other streaming services, but making it available in other avenues. So that's cool. I saw, yeah, Godzilla -1 in a Walmart, for instance. So yeah, that's cool. All right. It took a while, though. It took like, well, I guess maybe a year and a half. Not necessarily 2 years to finally make it physically overseas, but it took a while. It also just took a while in general because I guess of the exclusivity deal as far as releasing Godzilla American releases and Japanese releases. There has to be they have to be within a certain window of time. So that was also another aspect where I didn't get to see -1 in theaters, so I had to wait a while before it was made available digitally. Ugh. All right. All right. Well, okay. Hey, other Big Daddy. I got the little sister, the last little sister on this level, so sorry about that. You're gonna be kind of high and dry for now, but man, maybe I don't want to use that. Okay, let's oh, shit, I forgot. There's still fall damage in this. Alright, okay, well, there's another one over here. Oh, and this is a better one, because there's also a camera here. That camera is such a nice friend of mine. But I gotta get ready, because I gotta fucking fight a big sister. Here we go. Retro Lover says, VHS lasted longer than DVD and Blu-ray before it kicked the bucket. Not really. I believe VHS was maybe introduced in 77, 78, and then it basically ended after 27 years, and now DVD's about as old and it's still around. DVD was introduced in 97, so now DVD is 28 years old. I guess there were still some VHSs released a little while longer, but I do believe DVD is here to stay, at least for the time being. It's still going to be around for a lot longer, and it's going to definitely outlive VHS. But VHS lasted quite a long time. A lot of, like, Laserdisc was introduced in the late 70s, and it lasted quite a while as well. Like, a lot of physical media formats managed to be pretty long-lived. But I remember, like, to me, when Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, didn't get released officially on VHS, just in, like, fan releases, that was the nail in the coffin for VHS. Like, they released Episode 2 and 1 on VHS, didn't release 3. Not even for the sake of symmetry. Honestly, kind of bullshit for VHS collectors, so they have to settle for, like, a Goddamn, they have to settle for a fucking fan release instead. Ugh, I feel for them. Oh, wait, no, I don't want to use armor-piercing rounds. Where is this bitch? She better show her helmet around here soon. Come on, big sister. I'm right here. I'm right here. Where are you? Oh. Oh, wait, what? How did I not have my correct... Okay, this is also one of very few encounters with Big Sister, so I want to make sure I'm researching it. So, additional Big Sister fights aren't as much of a pain in the ass. Because, yeah, man, it is tanking hits compared to the Big Daddies. Which is kind of crazy because I feel like a Big Sister isn't really as armored or anything, but I guess it all comes down to Adam. I guess maybe they just, because they used to be little sisters, they just have a lot more Adam inside them and become just so much more powerful because they do have the powers and everything as well. All right. All right, got the research, so that's good. Okay, but this still isn't going as smoothly as I was hoping it would go. Oh, and there's splicers here, too. Splicers! Okay. Okay. Almost dead. There we go. All right. So satisfying. Bye, big sister. You're nothing to me now. Like, yeah, that was... I just fought a big sister. You're nothing. See you later, dude. All right, let's get that delicious Adam. Man. Love the stuff. And... conveniently, we got a Gatherer's Gardens right here. Chat for Horror says, Doc, what's up? Oh, nothing much. Just playing Bioshock 2. Having a good time, too. All right. Let's see here. Let me think. What do I want? It's like, I don't know. I guess I definitely should save some... I should save some Adam for the next level because more shit gets unlocked there. I'll at least, well, I guess Decoy could come in handy, but for now, I'll just get Cyclone Trap, too.
Upgrade your traps with
Only Joe King says, ever think that it might have been moving away from VHS that made humanity so much meaner? No longer forced to be kind and rewind now that we stream? Think about it. I mean, I feel like at the very least, when, media was less available... When media was less available, and I guess there was a little bit more of like an obstacle to watching it, you do have to make sure to rewind stuff. It did make us appreciate media at least more, where we're like, you know, it's just like it's like a precious thing where it's like, oh, you want to catch this movie that's not available at your video store? Well, you're gonna have to watch it at 9 o'clock sharp. Make sure to make that appointment, or else you're gonna miss it. And you're going to appreciate it more, even though there's commercials and stuff, you know. And you also, I guess, yeah, analog media definitely came with just some perks that just aren't possible with digital media, as far as, I guess, making us appreciate the things we just watch in general more. But it's just like, that's progress. You lose certain aspects, but you gain so much more to a certain degree. But, yeah. Definitely lose the appreciation factor for sure. I didn't even go in here. Let's see what's in here. Oh, hey, lady. How you doing? Man, the disguises they wear are not fooling anybody. I know they're splicers. Think wearing a mask is going to change anything? All right. Man. Sardines. Delicious. Yeah, I guess generally the food in Rapture is just stuff like sardines, just fish. God. You gotta get old after a while. Okay, you can have a fish or you can have a salad. Those are your options. Alan Michael says, I miss going to my not Blockbuster. Yeah, I miss going to my not Blockbuster as well. And by not Blockbuster, I mean Hollywood Video. I miss you, Hollywood Video. Please come back. Oh, please come back, Hollywood Video. Actually, I think at least Hollywood Video, at least for a while, its website got, like, repurposed into like some kind of movie news website, but I think now it's not a movie news website. I'm not sure. Or I guess they just stopped doing movie news, so it's got like news from like a decade ago or something. That's something I love when you go to like a movie, like, or I guess just like just a media news website, and it's just abandoned. So it's just got like, I guess if you go to G4's web, at least for a while, it just had like game news from like 2015 or something for a long time. Okay. All right. Well, I guess it's time to finally do. What was that thing? Yeah, divert the emergency pumps. Yes. It's finally time to do that. Exactly. I do also realize Elizabeth in Bioshock, because of course she's supposed to evoke, like, thematically a little sister, but yeah, she also has the color scheme, the typical color scheme of a little sister, her blue dress. Just now getting that. Well, I guess it's obvious. It's something so obvious you don't necessarily even think about. It's just like, yeah, but it's something that's, I guess, still interesting to point out. Ah, fuck. I don't even know why I'm hacking this. I have so many resources right now. Let's just keep going. I just get addicted to playing Simon, I guess. Alright, let's finally do that thing I could have done a half hour ago. Man, I do have to spend money. Gotta spend some fucking money already. Retro Lover says, Blockbuster keeps teasing us of whether or not they're coming back. I saw there was a fan installation of a fake Blockbuster that was in my area for a little bit at a flea market. But it looked really shitty. It was just this huge empty space with like some like old Blockbuster facades. And like you could buy some used DVDs there. Like it just it looked really, really shitty. Just not nostalgic at all. Like it didn't look like you were going into a real Bioshock.
The place is coming down. Get to Dionysus Park.
You don't have to tell me twice, Sinclair. You do not have to tell me twice. Alright, let's get the fuck out of here, actually. It's kind of like, sort of mildly like in Metroid when the planet's gonna explode. But I think with this, there's no time limit. It just is the illusion of things going bad. But still, like, I don't know, it gives me, like, Metroid Prime. I guess they're just kind of giving up. They're like, yeah, we're... They're just, like, giving up. Like, yeah, it's pretty much hopeless. This place is flooding. Okay, well, I'm not coming back here, so I might as well grab that and use a little bit of that health kit.
This is who we are.
Alan Michael says, my movie place was Movie Gallery. I don't know if that was a chain. That does sound like it could be like a mom and pop place. Last time I went to LA, though, I went to Amoeba Music, but they also have just a huge physical movie library, too. That was super fucking cool. Like, I bought so many fucking movies, and I didn't even intend to buy any movies while in Los Angeles, but it was like, yeah, these are my souvenirs. One thing I bought was a steelbook collection of all the Die Hard movies. Just, like, such a cool thing to fucking find. Just every Die Hard movie, even the shitty ones, just in one steelbook, all the special features. So cool. Alright. I also got a copy of a DVD copy of the Night of the Living Dead 30th anniversary release that was done by John Russo, where it's the shitty Star Wars Special Edition treatment with worse music and, like, additional scenes that don't fit the movie at all. I finally got a physical release of that, and it even came with a note from the from Amoeba, like a handwritten note providing context of what it is. Like, just a nice attention to detail at a mom and pop shop that's just really, really great. I definitely recommend, if you ever are in Hollywood, check out Amoeba. They had a great selection of things, at least last time I went a few years ago. All right. A Silent God.
Lord, what more do you wish of me? civil servant waits for word. I have followed the letter of
Essentially, John Russo made a,
not tell me
yeah, it made a Star Wars Special Edition version of Night of the Living Dead where I guess in this version, the zombies shoot first. Like every time Dwayne Jones tries to shoot the zombies, they just shoot him first so he looks more heroic. Because it'd be, like, really fucked up to, like, just shoot an unarmed zombie like that. Like, just so fucked up. Give them guns, too. Let them fight back. And then shoot them. It becomes an even fight. I'm looking around for, like, little atom slugs. Not seeing them, though. They gotta be around here somewhere. Alan Michael says, movie gallery was all over Georgia. Super regional. Okay, yeah, it does sound like it would be a chain, though. Yeah. I'm guessing not around anymore. Rest in peace, all movie stores. They're definitely very rare now. Even when I don't end up buying anything at FYE because it's super overpriced, I still, like, look around FYE, though. Though I've been to some FYEs that don't even have movies or music anymore. They just sell collectible shit like Funko Pops. And it's like, yeah, like, now you're like every store, like GameStop is becoming that, where they're mainly selling fucking Funko Pops. Like, the game shelves are shrinking and shrinking. I guess it's one of those fucked up things, though, where the main publishers and console makers are just not, are, like, just kind of slowly phasing out physical media, unfortunately. Arthur's Joke asked, didn't you review City of the Living Dead? I don't think I did. It sounds familiar.
Dionysus Park was
I reviewed some Return of the Living Dead movies, I guess last month was the last one.
flooded, killing all her guests.
I don't remember City of the Living Dead, though.
Cult-related.
And, Arthur's Joke asks, FYE still exists? Yeah, it does. It's one of those things where, like, I guess it happens with anything, like, it happens with TV channels that used to be, like, focused on one thing, and it also happens with stores that used to be focused on one thing. It's kind of become a zombified version of itself, where it's kind of not quite dead yet, but it's definitely dying, kind of barely holding on, where it's selling stuff that you could buy anywhere now, where, you know, you used to have, like, some pretty good select... But then again, I guess the issue with FYE was always... It was just so much more expensive to buy a movie there than anywhere else. It's just... Couldn't have been great for business. But it's also like other... You know, like... I remember... You know, it happens with, like... There was this horror channel that I used to watch called... I think it was called Chiller. I believe it was called Chiller. And it used to, like, show, like, Tales from the Crypt episodes. And some horror movies and stuff. But then over time, it just became reruns of Fear Factor, where it just happens with just so many different kinds of things, where they just decide to, like, just completely abandon what the thing is. It happened with G4 as a TV channel, where it just became reruns of the reality show Cheaters. Just, it's always a shame when, like, something used to be really great, and then they just kind of just make it, they just normify it. They just, like, just make it for normies. It sucks. But I've been streaming for 3 hours now, and I think it's time for me to call it a night. But thank you guys for watching. Before I go, I just want to remind you guys of my Patreon, patreon.com/DrWolfula. This Sunday, I'm doing a double feature of Wrong Turn 1 and 2, so if you want to support the channel and get a bonus stream every Sunday, just, you know, head to the link in my description, patreon.com/DrWolfula. Just $5 a month gets you a movie night every week. Also want to give some special thanks to my shout-out tier supporters on Patreon and my YouTube channel memberships for all their support. Their support is greatly appreciated and helps the channel continue to grow and thrive after all these years. Thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. Anyway, just make sure to click the subscribe button if you like this stream, and click the like button if you loved it, and also make sure to click the bell so you don't miss out on future streams and when a new video goes live. You know, all that stuff really, really helps. You know, if you could help me in any way, I'd appreciate it. And, you know, you could leave comments too. Anything to help more people watch the channel, I'd appreciate it because all that stuff helps, I guess, algorithmically, I guess. I'm like a slave to the algorithm now. It is what it is. Also, follow me on social media at Facebook, Instagram, X, Blue Sky, Threads. I think there's some other ones, at Dr. Wolfula. Anyway, I've been your host, Doc, signing off. See you all next time. Bye-bye. Pleasant screams. Thanks again for watching my latest live stream. Why not give me a subscribe and follow me on social media too? And while you're still here, why not watch another one of my videos too?